Oh, PFT's got a Patriots hat on.
I was wondering why your hat was on backwards.
You're not a bad.
Sometimes the whole time I was wondering that.
Sometimes you just gotta be a cool guy.
I thought you did an ad or something that you couldn't have your hat forward, right, and then just didn't turn it around. But now this makes sense.
I didn't even realize it. I was like, why is your hat backwards?
No, you just gotta be a cool guy sometimes.
On today's Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings, we have our good friend Steve Young getting ready for Super Wild Card Weekend. We're still saying it, and we are going to preview every single game this weekend. Some awesome football on the way. We also have a recap of a thriller in the desert between Ole Miss and Miami. What a game. What a game. We got another coach firing in Mike McDaniel. So we're now up to 8. 25% of the league. And we're going to finish with Fyre Fest of the week. And it's all brought to you by our friends at Game Time. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to fans. The hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. It's super easy to use. Just go to the Game Time app. Click on the game you want. There's deals all over the place. Hank, what do you got for this weekend? I'm going to the Bears-Packers game on Saturday night.
You can get in for $527.
To that game?
To the Bears-Packers, you can get in for $371.
Okay, so I bought my tickets on Game Time. I will be there at Soldier Field on Saturday night. Now you can save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. Snag new ticket deals before anyone finds out by following your favorite teams in the Game Time app to receive alerts. Take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PMT for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Friday, January 9th, and the U. It's all about the U. Back. Miami Hurricanes are back. Instant classic in the desert. It was, what a game. I mean, it was basically, first of all, credit to Ole Miss because they went all the way to the semifinal with their head coach leaving. Gutsy effort. Trinidad Chambliss is awesome. He is just such a fun player to watch. But Miami, they looked like for a while there, like they were going to suffer one of the most painful losses in the fact that they were dominating that game. They had like double the plays. They dropped every interception possible. Every big play seemed to go Ole Miss's way. But Carson Beck, I doubted you, and I'm sorry. Because what Carson Beck did on that final drive, and credit to Mario Cristobal as well, because I feel like a lot of teams in that situation play for that field goal and kind of say, hey, let's not take a risk. Let's not pass the ball over the middle. They went and they scored the touchdown and they won the game, and it was awesome.
Yeah, the final drive was great for Miami.
Great.
They were the better team all around.
Yep.
Ole Miss had the best player on the field in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude, I don't know what the draft experts are saying about him.
Malachi Tony's also
very good. But Trinidad was doing everything.
Yes.
After Lacey got hurt in the first half, he couldn't really run the ball that effectively after that. Trinidad just kind of took over that offense. And there's not a lot that you can do to stop him. Miami did make their fair share of mistakes with penalties left and right. In fact, there probably should have been a penalty on the Hail Mary at the end of the game. They hardly ever call that, but it was pretty obvious that it was pass interference. Miami is a very good football team when they choose to do things that good football teams do. And they have a tendency all year long, and I mean, this has been something that's followed Cristobal around for his entire career. They get too cute with it, big time. And it's like you've got a great drive going. You've got Fletcher that's just running the ball right down their dick. and then you start to do weird stuff like Wildcat. You start to do weird stuff like running tosses way out to the side. You run flea flickers. You take weird, not even deep shots, but weird crossing shots that don't really have a prayer of being completed, and you end up fucking yourself over on a drive. I think that Miami could win this game if they ran the ball every single play. Their offensive line was dominant, and even when a guy would get wrapped up for a 2-yard gain, then you get the 5 huge, big, giant dogs on their offensive line pushing them downhill like an avalanche. You end up with a 5-6 yard gain on it. So
yeah,
they could. I think they could do that, but for some reason they refused to try.
They also had it felt like for a stretch there from the second quarter to the third quarter, Miami would run the ball, and then have a back-breaking penalty, whether it be a hold or a false start. And they had 10 penalties for 74 yards. When if you look at the box score, if you woke up and missed this game, you're like, oh man, that was really close. It was really close because like I said, the grit and never giving up of Ole Miss was there for the entire game. But Miami had the ball for 41 minutes. They had the ball for 41 minutes.
What were the total plays?
It was the total plays in the game ended up being where is it?
It ended up being a lot closer than it was halfway through the fourth.
Yeah,
at the start of the fourth, because Miami, I think they had them doubled up by halftime.
Yeah, no, they were doubled up even into the second half. Miami had 51 rushes to Ole Miss's 21. So that alone was pretty ridiculous. I mean, Ole Miss had to, because Kewan Lacey had that incredible run at the start of the second quarter, I believe, and got hurt. He came out for a while. Felt like Ole Miss, all they could do was pass, and that's all they did do. And when Miami knows all you can do is pass, it's not very easy. But again, Trinidad Chambliss, making plays left and right. I don't know why the team stats doesn't have total plays. That's weird. That is weird. But either way, incredible game. I mean, this is what we wanted. This is when we talked about it with Andy Staples, when it was like, hey, any of these 4 teams could win the national championship.
88-60.
88-60.
That's mental math, by the way.
Oh, you did that on your own.
Tell us what went into that.
37 attempts, 51 plus 51 rushing attempts.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then 21 rushing attempts plus 39 rushing attempts.
What about punts and field goals?
Okay. I didn't account
for those. Can you get that for us, please?
I'm gonna need that from you, Max, on my desk.
I feel like that was a pretty good. You got an idea right there.
No, it was good. It was good math.
It was good math.
I'm also not even 100% sure that's correct. I think it's correct.
Now Miami goes
80,
and plays in a home game.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So I think that Indiana will pack that place. Oregon, a little bit of a tougher trip. That's a very far trip for Oregon fans. They also just were there.
Yeah.
Last week against Texas Tech. But it will be interesting to see who meets them, because Miami, I mean, they've shown they can win. And this is where I know last year there was a narrative after the college football playoff. It was like the 12-team playoff's a failure because you basically give elite teams like Ohio State a chance to lose a big game and still win it all. Mm-hmm. Miami almost didn't make these playoffs. They were very close to not making these playoffs. So when we say, 12 is too much, yeah, maybe some years 12 would be too much, but this year we needed it because Miami's in the national championship, and it makes you think, the real question here is, how much would Notre Dame have beaten both these teams by?
Can we say the committee got it right?
Yeah. Well, except Notre Dame probably would have beaten both of these teams.
Claim a national championship.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead and do it. This is, I think, going to be the first national championship game since 2002 with where it's gone 3 years in a row with no SEC teams.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
And that was also watching this game, it felt like maybe outside Georgia, but Miami's defense was, maybe Texas A&M has a good defense too. But Miami was playing what we traditionally would say is an SEC style of a defense, where it's Ole Miss was seeing a defense that they had maybe seen once this year, once or twice, but not a lot because they're that good.
They were also planning for that. They were the ball was getting out of Trinidad's hands very quickly. Yeah. So it's like I think the first play of the game, or one of the first snaps of the game on defense, it looked like Ruben Bain was going to just absolutely clobber him on the blind side.
Yeah.
After he held on to it for like 2.5, 3 seconds. And then from that point on, it felt like Trinidad was just getting rid of that ball and not letting that pass rush get to him. But yeah, on both lines of scrimmage, Miami was pretty dominant tonight.
Yeah.
But they didn't have Trinidad. And that was a big difference.
It was a great game. And shout out our guy, Danny Boy Kane. Happy for him.
Yep.
He went down to the desert, got a win, snatched it from Mincy. Needed that. I mean, Danny Boy Kane's the best. He had the keys to the game. He said it's going to start. He said, I have no worries about our offensive line. Mm-hmm. We just got to get pressure with 4.
Yeah.
We didn't hear Ruben Bain's name a lot.
No, he made a couple plays.
He was held a couple times too.
In the run, he had a nice tackle in the fourth quarter, like a one arm tackle when he was getting held. But yeah, he didn't really flash tonight.
Well, I think Ole Miss is like, and this is loser talk, but Ole Miss proved that they very much, because I think going into these playoffs, everyone was like, yeah, Ole Miss is a nice team, but they're not actually built for a long run. They were very, very good, and their offensive line held up, and yeah, incredible game. What are you looking at, Max? Max?
PFT, your mic is like face to the other side.
There you go.
Better.
There it is.
It's been a long day.
Yep. We're
It's been a long day. All right, so let's do a couple other things, then we'll kick it to ourselves for the picks and preview and Steve Young. By the way, reminder, Netflix Monday. So please subscribe. You can subscribe on Netflix. You can see us, our picture that Shane worked on very hard.
It's really nice.
Did a great job. So be ready for that. Mike McDaniel fired in Miami. So we did say, I think we said the over-under was one, or there's going to be one more coach fired. Since that, there's been 2 more coaches.
I was
fired.
wrong about that. Yeah,
I was too.
And then I thought more about it. And when I got home last night, I was like, you know what? I think that there's going to be a team that loses in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's going to fire their coach too.
Well, now that John Harbaugh.
Yeah, so on top of that, I feel like at least one team is going to make a choice to fire their coach thinking, oh, we're definitely going to get Harbaugh, maybe 2, and then one of those teams won't get Harbaugh.
So the Mike McDaniel firing was kind of mean because they made it seem like they were going to keep him.
I actually thought it was the nicest firing maybe ever.
Yeah, but it was mean in the fact that you did think that he was going to stay. They waited till Thursday.
Yeah.
And then I have to believe that the fact that, John Harbaugh became available, Miami was like, oh, maybe we should probably get John Harbaugh. And there was a report that John Harbaugh had no conversations with Miami, but I don't believe that report. The funniest outcome for all of this, I think we can all agree, is John Harbaugh takes the Miami Dolphins job and they trade for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be a great result from it.
Because Lamar does want to play in Miami.
So
there was also, did you see Schefter and Rappaport had a little source off?
No.
They had a source off because Rappaport, I think, was reporting that John Harbaugh had lost the locker room, and Schefter was reporting that guys were crying in Baltimore and like going to Harbaugh's office and giving him hugs and so sad. So we had a little source off on whether he had lost the locker room or not.
So the reason I said that the firing was maybe the nicest firing of McDaniel was because of the tributes that the Miami Dolphins official accounts paid to Mike McDaniel after the fact. Mm-hmm. Just like paragraphs and paragraphs of saying, thank you, Mike, you were a great coach. We love you very much. It seems like they went overboard, which I do think is because, they had the big thank you graphic where he's making like the dolphin dorsal fin with one of his hands,
mm-hmm.
The video montage of him, and then they also had a giant long quote. Yeah, there it is. Essentially a quote from Mike McDaniel.
You want to read it?
I can't read all that.
Coaching this team and being a part of this, blah, blah,
I ain't reading all that.
Blah. I will forever cherish my time at Miami. Here's why it is nice as well.
Congrats, or sorry that happened.
Yeah, I'm not reading all that, bro. Here's why it is nice that it happened. Because Mike McDaniel is going to get a job instantly, and he might get an awesome job. And by that, I mean, how would you like coaching the offense of the Detroit Lions?
Oh.
How would you like coaching the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles? How would you like coaching the offense of the Kansas City Chiefs? How about coaching the offense of the Baltimore Ravens? There are some... and the Washington Commanders.
Thank you.
There you go. I forgot you fired Cliff.
Well, yeah, no, so the reason why I think he might he might be a Commander offensive coordinator. He loves Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
So Dan Quinn,
That's true.
he worked for Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
And Dan was like his number one advocate when it came
Max
to
is shaking his head
when it came to getting him sober and supporting him.
Max is shaking his head at you.
Are you hate on Dan Quinn and the relationship that he has with his
They do have a very
young
tight
coach?
relationship. He said Dan Quinn saved my life.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking strictly off of the teams. He's going to have his pick of the litter.
You have a coordinator.
He is going to have the pick of the litter.
And he can look at some pretty good offenses and be like, I can just go here for a year and then I'll get a brand new head coach job.
Jane Daniels.
Yeah.
Who else?
Terry McLaurin. Great offensive line.
Debo's not fat.
Not fat.
Would you say Lions might be a little more enticing?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I can't say that, but yes.
I don't know about the Eagles. You do. You're in the playoffs.
You have
with
a coordinator.
Coordinator. I'll stop at that.
Kevin's
Why?
Gonna, listen to this. He's going to be
I
pissed
do think
off,
that Dan Quinn, PFT's right. The Dan
You think
Quinn
Kevin
factor.
McDaniel is going to be back next year?
Dude, what if you guys win the Super Bowl?
I still think he's gone.
I don't know, dude. What if you score 50 points a game and win the Super Bowl?
Okay, deal.
Okay, so
So
what are we
We
talking
just
about?
we just talked about
Max,
this in the Steve
Max,
Young interview, how
Max.
bad the Eagles' offense has been this year.
Don't spoil an interview, bro.
Writing self-fan fiction about a former head coach potentially coming to your team, that is the domain of us, the losers. You as a winner do not get to enter into that conversation
PFT's right.
until you lose. At the very least, until you lose. You have a coordinator. You're in the playoffs. Focus on that, okay?
The Dan Quinn part of this is very real.
Yeah, I didn't know the Dan Quinn part of it
They are
when
very,
I was
very
shaking my head.
close.
Yeah,
So
but
I would say that he's probably odds-on favorite that it's going to be the Commanders.
listen, if I'm being completely honest, and we can edit this out of the podcast, yes, Detroit would be probably a more attractive job. Kansas City, probably a more attractive job. Maybe Baltimore, that's kind of intriguing, but you're forgetting about Dan Quinn. That's why we didn't fire Dan Quinn.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
Also, interesting stat that that game between the Dolphins and the Broncos, 2023, Dolphins scored 70 points. Mike McDaniel chose not to go for the NFL record at the end of the game, did not kick a field goal. I believe the football gods cursed him after that moment. The Dolphins went 23-25 after that. The Broncos went 32-16 after that moment.
But by the way, that is a curse. Mike McDaniel might get a head coaching job. Is that crazy?
I think it's a little bit crazy.
I don't know, because the
Raiders?
think about the candidates that have been thrown around are defensive guys, and it's becoming more and more clear that getting an offensive guy, especially with a young quarterback, to basically pair them so that you don't lose your offensive coordinator, has become kind of a way of a lot of these teams. I'm not going to rule it out, especially now with 25% of the league. Like, you can't totally rule it out.
Yeah, I mean, limited candidates out there.
Right.
Not everyone's going to get Harbaugh. Not everyone's going to get Stefanski.
I normally wouldn't say this, but I think if you are a team with a young quarterback and you're looking to have some continuity, he probably won't, but I'm not going to just immediately rule it out, is what I'm saying.
But if you're Mike McDaniel, would you rather take the job with, say, the Las Vegas Raiders or your best friend in the entire world, Dan Quinn, and work under him? I'm going to say that you'd take the lesser pay, and you'd work with your good buddy Dan Quinn.
Lesser pay.
That's what I would do.
Where do you think John Harbaugh's going to go? Did you see Jackson Dart on the sideline?
Yeah.
Lip reading. He said Harbaugh or Stefanski.
Yeah.
So is Harbaugh the number one candidate?
I think Harbaugh's got to be number one.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fully?
I think so.
I don't know. I'm asking that just because he is a little older, and I think he's going to be he's a very good coach. I'm just saying, is he the number one guy? I guess probably because of who's out there, but he's not. He doesn't coach the offense or defense,
Right.
So you got to still work on that. I guess his ability to get really good coordinators is his biggest asset. So yeah, he probably is the number one candidate.
I think he's the number one guy, and teams are going to have to do the Rooney Rule thing, where I think a lot of teams want to hire him like immediately, no questions asked.
Yeah.
But they have to do the dance.
Well, I think he's also probably waiting to see how this weekend goes.
And he is a brother.
like you said.
Yeah, he is a brother, so
Yeah.
that could count for the Rooney Rule.
Could count. You'd have to think he's waiting, and we're never talking about another man's job, but you'd have to think he's at least waiting to see how this weekend goes and some of the conversations we've had. I still think Harbaugh coaching the Browns would be the best. So he can keep coaching against Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He grew up Browns fan. He went to college in Ohio. Have him coach the Browns.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's any coaches out there, like any guys?
You wouldn't take that job though. That's not the job you take, right? If you have the pick of the litter.
Elite defense, ready to compete.
Shador?
Sounds familiar. What he did with the Ravens. He had an elite defense. They draft Joe Flacco, bring him along. Just saying. It's not going to happen. It would be so awesome if he just kept on coaching against Mike Tomlin.
So there might be a coach or two out there that is currently looking for a job that might be getting like advanced calls back, being like, "You're our guy." That is like, what if the Bills lose?
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he's probably waiting to see what shakes out. I mean, I still don't think that Matt LaFleur is on the hot seat, but Jay Glazer said it's a wait and see.
Yeah,
you'd think that Harbaugh might be waiting and seeing on that too.
Yeah, and then if Matt LaFleur becomes available, there's probably a team out there that would fire their coach and hire him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he would be probably number one.
Yeah,
because he's the offensive guy. Okay.
Todd Bowles also. It doesn't look like he's going to get fired.
He said that he's not.
Todd Bowles has relieved himself of all of his coordinators.
Listen.
So he fired he was like, don't fire me. Just give me the opportunity to fire everybody else.
Yeah. Anytime you can win the division 3 out of 4 years and have a record that is 2 games over 500, you got to keep that guy.
Agreed.
You got to keep that guy. That guy is someone you hold on to, you cherish. Yeah, he's gone 8-9 twice. He mixed in a 10-7 year and a 9-8 year.
Yep.
You got to keep that guy. You got to keep that guy. I had one last thing. Memes. Everything okay?
Everything's fine with me. Everything okay with you?
You seem what?
5?
Same 5.
What?
Same 5.
Same 5.
You don't know about same 5?
Oh, I saw same 5.
Same 5. Show some respect to memes. The New York Jets are the first team since 2023 to start the same 5 offensive linemen for all 17 games.
It's huge.
They put up a graphic today. Same 5.
No, I was asking that because memes. You did go on a little tweet spree this morning, going after maybe some friends of ours. Dan Orlovsky was sitting in a segment on First Take. He didn't even say anything. He just laughed. And memes said, you went 0-16 as a quarterback. You can't be in the same room as a woman.
I lashed out.
Now
we like Dan.
It's a Kevin Durant tweet.
I like memes. I like Dan. I'm gonna kind of stand up for memes here.
We should preference what this is all about.
We should preference.
What is this all about?
So Todd McShay the other day went on his podcast and said Dante Moore should stay at Oregon because the Jets are a disaster.
Yeah. And Todd McShay's a friend of ours as well, but I will say, and I'd say this if Todd was on, like I think that there might be a little bias involved with his relationship with Joe Douglas, who was the GM of the Jets.
He hates the Jets because of that.
Yeah. Which, it's like fair on all sides. He should just say that. We were saying, like, if someone wronged PFT, I wouldn't be like, all bias aside, I don't like these guys. Like, it has nothing to do with it. It'd be like, no, they fucked over my friend. I hate him.
So and you know, like, every story he's told you.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you could say that.
No,
right.
So Todd came on Wake Up Barstool this morning. He followed Mincy, so I think people were talking about that instead. But what he said, he kind of brought that up on his own, and he was like, I actually don't wish anything bad on the Jets. He just looks at the list of quarterbacks, and he says it's important to have the conversation. He's putting the conversation out there. He doesn't actually believe it.
Yeah, and he's a draft analyst, so he's just analyzing the situation.
He's analyzing the situation.
Yeah, also, I think that with the Oregon-Indiana game, like that could have implications potentially for which guy goes first. I know Mendoza's had the better season, Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, you think this is a first bowl?
I mean, you could see like if Dante Moore, if he goes nuclear and Oregon wins by like 10 points, I think there's a lot of NFL GMs that would say like, yeah, I'd rather have that guy.
He outplayed him.
And the counterpoint is like, why aren't you saying that about the Raiders who are paying coaches $50 million?
Yeah.
Browns have a
fair
Deshaun Watson on the roster.
Fair. Raiders are
now you're
a
lashing
mess.
out at other teams.
No, you're right. I think that was an unprovoked shot by the media at the Jets.
And it's Super Wild Card weekend.
Yeah,
Why are you talking about the
right.
3-14 Jets?
That's right.
Good point. Also,
really good point.
He probably doesn't even know about same five when he's talking about the dysfunction, like having the same five guys.
It's very
That's-
important.
that's
I think we
important.
had the second most sacks in the league, but
But same five.
Same five.
Same five. Those same five guys gave up the second most sacks. Also, last thing, congrats on Trae Young.
Thank you. Very, very
Trae
happy.
Young is a Washington
with
Wizard.
Trae Young being a Wizard.
It's a
As
good
I
thing you
said,
didn't say anything.
as I said on Wednesday's part of my take, I think he'd be a nice piece if you teamed him up with a superstar like Alexander Sarr. So I was correct. It was the most NBA trade of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Because neither team is doing this trade to win a title.
No.
They're not even really doing it to get better at basketball.
They're just shuffling guys.
They're like, here, you take this guy because your spreadsheet could use a guy with that number next to it, and you give me these two guys because I got a spreadsheet too, and I'm looking at another guy on my spreadsheet that I want, and I need these two guys with these numbers so I can get that third guy.
Yeah.
And so nothing happens.
The whole time you were talking about it on Wednesday, like some team's going to do it, just being like, hey, at least we'll sell tickets and have people be like, oh, they're semi-competitive. The whole time you were saying that, I was like, the Wizards or Bulls are going to do this. Yeah. The only difference is the Bulls, it's probably too expensive, and the Bulls have a problem of they can't even play games because there's condensation on the floor, and Jerry Reinsdorf had fans sit in the stands for 2 hours and buy all the concessions and then say, haha, game's postponed. We'll replay it when we play in the play-in against the Heat.
So he gets a free game.
Yeah. They'll just do a doubleheader for the play-in.
Yeah. Love that guy. I think Trae Young is actually the perfect guy. I don't even know if he's going to play for the Wizards. That's the point I'm at. Like, anytime we make a move, I don't know if this is going to be a guy that we just pay and he just hangs out at his house. Mm-hmm. Does he move to DC? I don't know. But if Trae Young were to play for the Wizards, I think it's actually a great move. It's much like the Jordan Poole, where you have a guy that's going to put up 1 million shots.
Right.
He's going to get his. The team's going to lose. And then hopefully we don't get fucked in the draft lottery again.
Yeah, which that's your only concern is that Trae Young does enough to fuck you in the draft lottery.
Yep.
Okay, let's kick it to ourselves. Picks and preview, and then we'll get into Steve Young and Fyre Fest of the week. Okay, before we get to our Super Wild Card Weekend preview, it is brought to you by DraftKings NFL Playoffs. Let's go. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Make every moment feel bigger. A running back cuts through the line. A strip sack flips the field. A tight end hauls in the kind of touchdown grab you'll talk about for years. Postseason games shift fast, and with DraftKings live betting options, you can stay right in the moment. Plus, DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If the player is in your eligible NFL prop bet, goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. New customers bet just $5, and if that bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. DraftKings Sportsbook, every drive, every play, every moment. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Okay, boys, we're here. It is Super Wild Card Weekend. I know we don't say that anymore, but I still say it.
Yeah, so I saw that they just dropped Super.
It's crazy.
Are we supposed to believe that this weekend is no longer Super? Because it's very misleading that it was Super and it's not Super anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm still saying Super. I'm still doing it. Fuck that. It's Super Wild Card Weekend.
I say let's go once. It's going to be Super Divisional Weekend next weekend.
Yeah, let's just make everything super. So some big picture things before we're going to go game by game, and we're going to save the Monday Night Football game for Sunday's show. The couple things. One, all 6 wildcard games this week are actually being played outdoors, which is a little bit of an anomaly because it feels like usually we have a Houston Texans home game in the mix. But since 2004, outdoor wildcard games are 49 and 23, 68% to the under. Hate seeing that stat.
Don't like it?
Hate seeing that stat. And at 41 or higher for the total, those outdoor wildcard games, the under is 42 and 14. Hate seeing that stat.
That's bad. Here's another stat about dome teams playing outdoors in the playoffs.
Okay.
Dome teams in the last decade are 1 and 14 when they play on the road and it's below 40 degrees outside. 1-14.
So dome teams being the Texans, the Chargers. Although the Chargers, is that technically a dome because lightning can get in?
Well, no, that counts. That
Remember
one counts.
we had the lightning delay?
Yep, but that one counts for the purposes of this stat. SoFi counts. So the Chargers could be one. Mm-hmm. The Rams could be another.
The Rams could be another. And it's going to be wet and rainy in Carolina. And Matthew Stafford, there's conflicting reports if you Google it, but Matthew Stafford is 1-8 in the rain.
He's 2-8. I thought the same thing.
I also saw it said maybe 1-8. Like if you actually Google it,
yeah,
I'm gonna get it right now. Matthew Stafford.
I went down this same rabbit hole.
Record in the rain. I've never seen this before on the AI search. I think it said Matthew Stafford historically struggled in games with rain or snow, with reports from late 2025 for early 2025 citing records around 1-8 or 1-6 in these conditions. How do we not know?
Yeah, so I think he was around 1-7 in the rain / the snow.
Okay.
And then this year, I know that they won in England. They beat the fuck out of the Jaguars, right? Was that this year? It's all melding together in one history of Matt Stafford.
Song.
But I do know that they lost to the Panthers. That bad loss that they had to the Panthers earlier this season, that was in the rain. Matt Stafford had his worst performance of his career in the rain and snow. He has a 54.6 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 11 picks, 76 passer rating.
Okay, so something to think about. The other last thing, and this actually applies because we're talking about the Matthew Stafford. We're going to talk Rams Panthers first. The quarterbacks making their first start happens every playoffs. The stat is out there. Jaden Daniels actually kind of helped dispel this last year with ripping off a couple wins. But QBs making their first playoff start versus QBs who have playoff experience are just 34% against the spread. So 20-40 straight up since 2002. These games are Bryce Young making his first start in the playoffs versus Matthew Stafford, Caleb Williams making his first start in the playoffs versus Jordan Love, and then Drake May making his first start in the playoff versus Justin Herbert. If you take those 3 games, the historical odds are that 2 out of 3 of those will be losers.
Yep.
Which isn't great because that means it guaranteed one of us is going to lose. Hank. Mm-hmm. But we go. We kind of need Bryce Young to lose to be like, all right, there's one.
That's a coin flip.
Like if he wins that one, that's bad.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about the games. We have to start Saturday afternoon, Rams at Panthers. Right now, the current line is Rams -10.5, and the over/under is, I'm going to make sure that I have the exact current line, is 46.5. I'll say this for the Panthers. They're in the dance. Don't apologize for being in the dance. They also have Cam Newton, who is going to bang the big drum. I think Greg Olson's going to be on the call.
Yep.
I think maybe Luke Kuechly's going to be there. It's going to be a real Panther family excursion. And I did see there was one Panthers fan online who was doing a little fan fiction. He's like, Bryce Young scores a touchdown in the first half and does the Superman celebration because Cam Newton's there, and the crowd goes wild, and the Panthers have a double-digit upset of the Rams, and then at the end of the game, Cam Newton holds up Bryce Young like in Lion King
and says,
he's like, "This is the new guy,
Ruth Conda forever."
Yeah, and that in that whole fan fiction is very interesting because it's like our quarterback is so diminutive that he can be held up by another man like a little baby lion.
That could actually happen.
That could happen.
Like, especially between those two. Cam Newton's a monster, and then Bryce Young is mini-me version of Cam. I like the Panthers to cover. I think that's a lot of points. But the Rams have been excellent this year. That one game against the Panthers was by far Matt Stafford's worst game.
Yep.
I don't think that happens twice to him this season. And the Rams historically have been pretty good about traveling east. They've been the best team in the NFL against the spread all year. Mm-hmm. I just think 10.5 is too much. But when you look at the Matt Stafford stats, like, he might be a gremlin. Don't get him wet.
I've tricked myself. I had the same thought as you. 10.5 is too many points, but then I'm like, wait, is that what they want us to think? Are the Rams going to win by 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Because the Panthers they're in the playoffs. Let me just say that again. They're in the playoffs. Don't apologize for being in the playoffs. They're not really good at anything.
let me
They're
ask,
okay at a lot of things. They're not like great at anything.
Can we have an honest conversation?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Do we all agree we can have an
Yeah.
honest conversation
Yes.
on this show?
Yeah.
Why are we giving out charity playoff spots to teams like the Panthers? They win a Mickey Mouse division.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly inferior. They have zero chance to win the Super Bowl.
It ruins the playoffs.
You've got teams like the Ravens, the Lions, teams that actually would have a chance in play. And as a viewer, I hate to see what the ratings are going to be in this game. And at some point, it becomes a safety issue for the Carolina Panthers.
I'll go one further, PFT. I think having the Panthers in these playoffs is starting to remind me of the worst tournament that we have in America, and that's March Madness.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Like everyone
Like-
says they like underdog upset.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
No
big
one.
game.
No one.
This is it's terrible. But you know what I do like about this matchup?
Yeah.
Respect to the schedule makers
Yeah.
because
They got it right.
Andy Dalton is back in his proper home. The Saturday afternoon wild card game.
They should have Matt Schaub do the coin flip.
I would love to see that. Now, for a while, it was like, the Texans were involved in that conversation too. Then the Texans kind of took over that.
They played each other once,
Yeah,
remember?
it was a passing of the torch.
Yeah.
For the wild card game, for the Saturday wild card game, and now Andy Dalton back in the playoffs. He's going to be on our TV on Saturday afternoon, probably getting beaten in the playoffs. So it's going to be a real blast from the past.
Yeah. I do agree. Like it does feel like too many points, but I just keep tricking myself. Is this a situation where they're just begging you? We did mention too the last two times, or 2 out of the last 3 times, there's been like big underdogs. The big underdogs have won outright. The Beastquake game, the Tebow game. So, listen. These playoffs are so wide open. Wouldn't it be the perfect way to kick them off? To be like, hey, here's a team that everyone expects to win it all in the Rams, and they're out already because of an under 500 Panthers team beat them.
Yeah.
It would go in line with what this season has been.
They are the most wide open. These playoffs are gaping.
Yeah. By the way, do you know that the Rams have 32 touchdowns this season with 3 tight ends on the field? This is like where McVay continues to innovate and continues to change things, and it's funny because we the John Harbaugh discourse is going. Where is he going to end up? In these playoffs, in the NFC playoffs, who do you think the oldest head coach is?
NFC playoffs. Let's see. We got Sirianni, McVay, Canales. We got McDonald. It might be Shanahan.
It's actually Matt LaFleur. He's
Really?
a month older than Kyle Shanahan. 46 years old, is the oldest coach in the NFC playoffs.
That's crazy.
It's pretty insane, especially when you're looking at a John Harbaugh, who's going to get a lot of interviews and deserves a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
But the way the league is trending, 3 of the coaches in the NFC playoffs are under 40 years old. They're younger than us.
Matt LaFleur being 46 is kind of crazy.
And I know, and
thought
the
he
fact
was
that
like
he's
40.
the old head, he's unk.
Yeah. I thought he was 40.
He's unk. It's crazy. So, McVay continues to innovate. He's clearly an unbelievable head coach, and I think that combo, as much as you want to be like, hey, maybe the Panthers can cover, but Stafford being there, McVay being there, going up against a first-time head coach in the playoffs, first-time quarterback in the playoffs, I think the Rams are going to win.
Do we think there's any merit to Chris Shula taking, hearing his name everywhere, taking phone calls, thinking about where he's going to be interviewing? I do think that had something to do with the Lions last year in the playoffs.
Although everyone points to that game against the Commanders, and they're like, the Lions' offense, like Ben Johnson was distracted. The Lions' defense sucked.
Yeah.
So I guess that's Aaron Glenn, but
Yeah, I mean, there was. I guess you could say though that in that playoff game, Ben Johnson made a couple bad mistakes.
yeah,
like he had
their offense still moved the ball. Their defense, and there was turnovers, but their defense was what killed them.
the defense was bad, but I would say that the offense, 2 things killed him on strictly like Ben Johnson's decision making was not handing the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs going to Montgomery and having Jamison Williams throw that pass that got picked off.
Yeah.
So I don't think at this point for Chris Shula, since it's the first week of the playoffs, I don't think it's an issue. But it's something to keep an eye
can't they
on.
not contact for another week, I think?
I'm sure that doesn't happen. I'm sure.
But I'm saying I know they can contact, obviously. I'm saying they can't do a formal interview.
That's why I'm saying, maybe not for this weekend.
Yeah.
But for-
when can I think it's next weekend, formal interviews for NFL head coaches start?
Yeah, it's divisional.
It's divisional round.
Yep.
So they have a little time. Virtual interviews for non-playoff or eliminated playoff coaches begin shortly after Week 18. In-person interviews, currently employed coaches, often waiting till after divisional round. Okay.
But last year I know both Lions coordinators were interviewing before the divisional round.
Yeah. Anyone got anything they love in this game? I think Devontae Adams is going to score. I think it's probably like minus 150, but if you want something Rams money line, Devontae Adams to score.
Yeah, I mean the Rams are. I don't want to say their offense is different, but their red zone offense is definitely different with Devontae Adams out there. I like the Panthers to cover.
I would even call it red zone offense. It's the 1 yard offense, right?
Yep.
It's a 1 yard offense.
That's good to have in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Good
1
to
yard
have those
offense.
options, Yeah. God knows he's not going to run it.
I mean, if the Seahawks had a better 1 yard offense back in, what was that, 2017?
2013.
2013, whenever that was? Yeah. You need that 1 yard offense. You know that, Hank.
Yeah.
Do you know that if you go back to the start of 2020 and you pick any date, the Rams have the fewest amount of penalties in the NFL? So, like, they had the fewest amount of penalties this year, last year combined. Like, that matters when you get into these playoff games and it becomes a a one-game situation. A 10-yard penalty can change a game, like a holding call, a pass interference call. So special team, like when you get to these playoff games, special teams and penalties, they matter a lot.
Yeah.
And it becomes even more like, hey, do you do the things in the margins to win these games?
I also don't think it's that hot of a take to say that the Rams could. I don't know what the odds are right now, but they feel to me like they might be, in my mind, the favorite to win the NFC.
Yeah, if you went gun to my head right now, I think there's 3 teams in the NFC, and if I rank them order, it would be Rams, Eagles, Seahawks.
That's pretty much what I got. Now the Rams
No faith in the Bears.
We're gonna get to the Bears. I said that if you had said gun to your head, if I put a gun to your head right now and said Patriots are going to the Super Bowl,
take me out. I don't give
there's a
fuck.
loaded gun.
Yeah.
Okay, you're lying.
It's called going down with the ship.
You're lying right now.
It's called going down with the ship.
Let's see. Seahawks are favorites right now, but that game between the Seahawks and the Rams, that Thursday night game, which was like the flukiest, craziest game of all time, easily the Rams could have won that. If they had won that, I think that's it's very, very heavily weighted towards the Rams in that case.
Yeah. You don't respect hypotheticals.
I do.
Oh, did you bet the Patriots to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I bet the Bears to win the Super Bowl to win $1 million.
I don't have as much money as you.
Yeah, but that's gonna. I've been looking at it and been like, this is really stupid, but I still wanted to do it, and it is still stupid. And also, the price went the wrong way. I bet them 22-1, and then they went to 25-1. I was like, fuck. I thought I timed it well.
There's no chance.
Shit.
No chance Hank believes that, by the way.
No, he's
no
doing
chance.
He's not doing hypothetical.
You got a gun? Get your gun.
Gun to your
Wait,
head.
you threw it away, pussy.
I did.
Oh!
I did. Well, no, I didn't throw it away. I turned it in because
Right.
I was committing a felony for 3 years in New York City. Accidentally. Oops.
Okay.
Statute of limitations. I'm good.
Let's go to the next game. Packers at Bears. Bears right now are 1.5 point underdogs. The over-under is 45.5. I am going to the game. I'm attending the game on Saturday night. I'm very excited. Memes and Zach will be there. We're gonna have a PMTV out. Eddie and I are going, and the Memes and Zach will be filming everything. I'm just nervous about this game. I'm nervous. The Bears and Packers have played 4 times in the last 2 years. They are 2-2 against each other. Both teams have scored 86 points. All 4 games have come down to the last play of the game,
And they all alternate.
and they've alternated.
Yeah.
And it's not that's not good.
So we might get a snow game, which would be wonderful.
We might get a snow
some
game.
Snow football. I think I understand why Big Cat is nervous, and he should be nervous because the Packers are a good team, and this a potential loss would be soul crushing, especially if it happens on the last play of the game. No matter if it's like the Packers scoring a last second touchdown or kicking a field goal, or the Bears doing something at the end of the game to lose it, it's going to be soul crushing for the Bears if the Packers win. But think of the glory.
Yeah.
Think of how much the tables will have turned on the Packers if you beat them in the playoffs, and you now get to say, like, I own you.
It's no risk it, no biscuit situation. The risk is as high as it could be, and the swings could not be more volatile. And I do think the Bears are going to win, but I'm nervous in the fact that I just think they're so evenly matched. I actually had my neighbor is a Packers fan, and I saw him in the alley the other day, and we had a like I'm not super confident off back and forth. It was very contentious. It was like I was like our defense. He's like our defense. We just went back and forth, and then we're like, all right, see you later.
Are you guys doing like a silent war of flags in front of your house? Like
No,
you,
but
you
I
put up the Bears flag, and then he puts up the Packers flag, and then you guys, that you now have an op in the neighborhood, but you don't like actually speak it out.
Did you see the Packers fight song that has been going around the internet? There's it's so bad.
Let me hear. Let me hear.
So I sent it to my neighbor because I was like, just forfeit now, dude.
We're not gonna be able to play it, but
we're not gonna be able to play it. But
I'll let you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
It's so bad. PFT.
Is it polka?
No.
That would rock. If it was
It's
like-
so bad.
It's like
remember
white.
those
It's like white guy rap.
Yeah, remember those San Diego Chargers or San Diego Padres fans doing like the doo-wop? It's similar vein in that.
But if like you were to have it like expert or like professionally done,
Produced, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's kind of like Bubba Sparks if he was a Youper.
Yeah.
I don't really.
He's like PG Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Like Mac.
do not put Mac Miller.
I meant like Mac Miller if like Mac Miller did Miss Rachel.
Oh no! Do not even put those two in the same.
You like that,
sentence.
Zach? That's more along lines.
No, Zach disagrees.
I disagree with the Miss Rachel, but that's a good start.
Yeah. Okay.
Bluey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even. Yeah.
All right. I apologize. Mac Miller's the best. I'm just saying it's terrible. So that made me
bad.
confident.
Yep.
I also will say this. I'm very interested to see the injury report because I think Roma Dunze is going to play.
And he hasn't played since November.
Yeah. But more importantly, if Kyler Gordon can play, I'm going to have a lot more confidence going into this game. Kyler Gordon, remember, has played a couple games this year. He warmed up for the first Packers game, was ruled out during warmups in that game in Lambeau. He is a terrific slot corner. We've been getting absolutely killed over the middle of the field. Like our defense is slow. It basically is like, can Kyler Gordon come back and once or twice in this game break up a third down? Like stop a third down. And that could be the difference in the game because I think, again, these teams are so evenly matched that he could swing it. The Packers also are getting a lot healthier. I think Zach Tom is back. His on-off splits are pretty ridiculous. Josh Jacobs has not played in a couple weeks, so he's probably healthy. I'm just nervous.
You need takeaways.
I need takeaways.
You have to have turnovers.
Bears can go to the Super Bowl if they get 3 takeaways a game.
I would agree with that.
I am very confident in Caleb Williams. The offense has to start fast. We have to start fast. The Bears are 10-1 this year when they score at least 7 points in the first half. That's not a very high bar.
No, not at all.
But the games where we've started slow have been really bad, and they've looked really bad.
So I have the splits right here for Zach Tom. So in 2025, Love averages 9.2 yards per attempt, a 79.6 completion percentage, and he threw 23 touchdown passes and 2 picks from clean pockets. And with Tom in the lineup at the first meeting, Love completed 13 of 17 passes for 204 yards and 3 touchdown passes from clean pockets. I think you guys are just going to play man football. I think the Bears are just going to try to run the football.
I hope so.
And it's going to be the game plan is exactly what happened in the Eagles game.
Yeah. The problem is I think the Packers are going to try to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's again. Both defenses are just huge question marks. And both offenses, I think everyone's going into it pretty confident.
Can we do – this is somewhat of a mean thought exercise.
Yeah.
Can you power rank like the worst ways that you could lose this game for your psyche, for your mentals?
Okay. But then we got to also do best ways.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Worst ways. I would think it would start with like a Caleb Williams pick at the end. Mm-hmm. I actually think
like a close game?
No, can I say that actually it would be worse? The pick in the first Green Bay game was bad, but it also was like, and the way the Niners game ended, those are bad. But those like, hey, you get down to the goal line, you drove the ball.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point where it's a 50-50 play. I think the actual worst way would be like a pick on the first play of a drive with like 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like you're getting all ramped up, you're ready to go. It's like, oh fuck.
You would rather lose in a blowout?
No, I don't. No, I don't think we're gonna. I mean, the ways this game's gonna go, I would be shocked if there's a blowout.
I would
either
too.
side,
Either way,
either
yeah.
side.
I agree.
Either side. Best ways to win. Another walk off pass to DJ Moore. It was just a repeat, 50-yard bomb.
Yeah.
DJ Moore.
What about field goals?
Field goals are always nervous. They can always. This is the first Bears playoff home game since the double doink.
Oof.
So it's always. So I mean, it's not like we've had. I think we have one other playoff game. Shout out, by the way, Mitch for winning MVP again.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see that week
Stud.
18 MVP.
Yep.
I think the Bears are going to win. I don't know how they're going to win. That's really what the terrified part goes.
And what's crazy is the line keeps going back and forth too.
Yep.
So the Bears were favorites.
Yep.
Then it switched to the Packers.
Yep.
Where's it at right now?
I think it is Bears plus 1.5.
Okay, so you know what? I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears. I think you guys are going to win this game.
I do too. I just don't know how it's gonna be torture. It's a torture watch.
If you win this game, there's also a chance that things get blown up in Green Bay.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. But
Like LaFleur, I think he's a great coach. You know, math aside, fourth down decisions at the end of NFC Championship games aside, I think he's a great coach, not a pussy.
he is
Good
though
guy.
getting a little old for the NFC.
He's getting a little geriatric. It might be time. Maybe it's a mutual thing after this game. It's like, yeah, I'd like to go play golf and hold my grandkids.
Hip replacement.
People are talking about him being fired after this game if they lose, which is, it sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy.
But the Packers have moved on from good coaches before.
Yeah.
I feel like that becomes destination number one for Harbaugh.
Yeah. Bears are going to win. They just got to get a turnover. Just got to find a way to get a turnover.
I have PTSD.
What?
I'm taking Packers.
Oh, the one game Sunday Night Football from that actually like has
No.
Oh, the Cowboys.
2 seed, being a
Yeah,
fan
yeah.
of 2 seed, Jordan Love coming into your house and just blowing the doors off you.
Because it is funny, whenever Bears Packers play, there is the other thing that Hank thinks about is sitting in a hotel room with Dave and Hank on a Sunday Night Football game when Aaron Rodgers played like video game level and they were up 42-0 at half.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there because we had like a college football show. This is like 2014, and they always just go back to that, and they're like, "Yeah, remember that."
Hank, if the Packers win, you should jump in the pool. You won't jump in the pool.
You won't jump in the pool.
Pool.
Lake Michigan.
Tiff's pool.
I'll go in Lake Michigan.
I will say bear weather definitely on our side. Bear weather definitely on our side.
Yep. Cali boys from
gonna
Wisconsin
It's
can't
gonna
hang.
be. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be maybe windy, maybe some snow. Green Bay doesn't know how to do that.
Just run the football.
Yeah, run the football.
That
Run the
Hank,
football.
I do think that might have been my favorite video you've ever done, though.
Thank you.
When you jumped in the pool and then you put the hole in her back wall.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
The thing I'm actually least worried about is I think Caleb Williams is like a big game guy. Like I think he's going to be ready for this game.
You said game?
Big game guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think he's
Big game Caleb.
I think he's very clutch. He's been an awesome quarterback this year. I'm confident. I'm confident in the Bears. I think
Just the defense.
I'm going to bet on the Bears. I already have. I parlayed them with the Steelers.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Spicy parlay. But I'm going to bet them individually too. I'm hoping for one of the best weekends of your life.
Let's just win a football game. Be there Saturday night. Maybe have some drinks. Memes, you might have to drive. I'll get the parking pass.
I can drive.
Okay. Let's just win a football game.
Win a football game.
Find a way to win a football game. Okay. Sunday. I'm actually, outside of the Bears game, I'm most excited. It's going to sound weird, but I'm most excited for this next game.
Yeah.
Bills at Jags. I am most excited to watch this game. It is Bills minus 1.5, over under 51.5. I can't make a decision on this game, and here's why. The Jags are really, really good at everything. And I think they're underrated. I don't think people have talked enough about how good they're running the football, how good they stop the run. Trevor Lawrence playing at an MVP level the last 8 weeks. But in my head, I'm like, Josh Allen is the ultimate, it doesn't matter, he could just be Superman guy in these playoffs, and that could happen.
Yeah, the Jaguars are better at everything, but they don't have Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, you're totally right. When it gets to the playoffs, it's like stuff doesn't hurt anymore. All the stuff he was taking care of beforehand, he doesn't give a fuck about that.
Yep.
He's liable to go nuclear. He's liable to run for 50 yards at a time, rack up throwing touchdowns, put his body on the line, jump over people, run through people, and that's what you can't really account for. And the Jaguars, they have the best rushing defense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe they've allowed a single 75-yard running back against them all season long. The Bills have so many questions at so many positions, especially on defense. They have not been reliable. They've given up some big leads. They've played poorly, like dog shit, on certain weeks. You don't know which Bills team's going to show up. But they have Josh Allen, who is the best. I think he's the best playoff quarterback in the AFC right now.
He's 5-1 in the wild card round.
As much as people like to say that Josh Allen, like, oh, he's a choke artist because the Bills haven't won a Super Bowl. Josh Allen is awesome in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He is incredible. In the losses that he's had, he's been the best quarterback on the field. Like when they've lost to the Chiefs and Mahomes in the past, Josh Allen has played better than Mahomes in those games. He's great in the playoffs. The Bills as a franchise are not great on the road in the playoffs. Do you know the last time that the Bills, you already know this?
I know this, so someone else should
Hank,
answer.
do you know, here, trivia time, Hank.
Trivia time.
Trivia
Booth.
time. When was the last time the Buffalo Bills won a road playoff game?
1994.
Very close.
Booth?
1995.
Very close.
Worse. Hank wins 1992. That was the 1992 AFC Championship game. They beat the Miami Dolphins. They're also 0-2 against the Jags in the playoffs, but that loss was Blake Bortles, the most recent one with Sean McDermott.
That was when the Bills broke their streak of not making the playoffs.
Yep.
Remember? And then they went down there. I think they lost was it 10-3 or something?
Bortles, but that was a wind.
Yeah.
Remember how windy that was?
It was very windy.
Yeah.
Very, very windy. Yeah, it's weird to say, but I think like the team who wins this game, like that's the watch out team, because if I do think the Jags are very, very good, and it's just Fred Smoot did say something that got in my head. He was like, "Who's the only person who can stop Josh Allen?" I was like, "Who?" And he was like, "Josh Allen." And I was like, "Well, yeah, but he's played great in the playoffs." He's like, "No, the other Josh Allen." And I was like, "Fuck."
Josh
You're right.
Hines Allen.
Yeah, Josh Hines Allen.
This should be for the name.
Yeah.
It should be for the name. Winner of this game gets Josh Allen. What's our Josh Allen's middle name?
I don't know. Let me find it.
We got to figure that out.
Do we think that this is a call that, or maybe a team that John Harbaugh's waiting to see
The Bills?
how it plays out?
I think so.
Patrick, JPA.
Yeah, so Josh Patrick Allen. Mm-hmm. That's what we're playing for this week. The stakes couldn't get higher.
They could not get higher.
I read a funny article today. It was from September of this year. It was about Trevor Lawrence in SB Nation, My Old Stomping Grounds, by James Dater. Here's the headline. Trevor Lawrence is generationally average.
What?
We're in the midst of year 5 now. The odds that Lawrence will magically put it all together and become the player people hope for have evaporated. He is not a bad quarterback, and certainly one Jacksonville can win games with, but he's never going to be a top 5 quarterback or potentially even top 10. There's too much inconsistency when the throws matter. While he'll make the majority of passes an NFL quarterback should make, he doesn't make the plays the great ones are capable of. This puts a hard ceiling on what the Jaguars can achieve with Lawrence at quarterback. At this point, he's much closer to Blake Bortles than Patrick Mahomes, which actually that's a good compliment at the end that he threw in there. But I almost want to say he wasn't wrong when he wrote this.
Wait, when did he write this?
It was September of this year.
Okay, because I was going to say he has been the best, if not the best, the second best or third best quarterback in the last 8 weeks in the NFL season.
I think the only part of this that was wrong at the time, saying that he's not going to be able to put it together at this point. Mm-hmm. And I guess all it took was like tripping over his own dick, falling down, getting up against the Chiefs and running the ball into the end zone.
Yep.
Where he like woke up and he was like, oh shit, I'm good enough to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe let's not be so anxious all the time. That might have been what woke him up. But ever since that, and then when Liam Cohen told him just let it rip, he's let it rip.
Yeah, he's let it rip. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to see Jacksonville crowd. Hank, I have a question for you because listen, you know, we have a relationship. I've known you for almost half your life.
Yeah.
Almost half your life. I've known you.
14 years.
Yeah.
Almost
so
14
like,
years.
I mean, if you start memories at 5, I've pretty much known you for half your life.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You're really good at knowing when I'm maybe getting ahead of myself, when I'm about to purchase something stupid, when I'm about to do something that makes zero sense. What would you say if I told you I might be trying to buy some troughs from Highmark Stadium that is going to be on auction next week for this office?
I actually think troughs make sense. for
Okay,
this
let's
office.
go. Let's do it. Let's get some troughs in here.
The amount of
Fuck
piss,
yes.
the amount of piss that it ends up on the floor,
Yes.
Yeah.
is actually disgusting.
Dude, and imagine
it disgusts
it's
me.
kinda
people
crazy.
coming in here and being like, those are actually the troughs from the Buffalo Bills Stadium?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
I think you guys are thinking of two different things right here.
What do you mean?
No.
Oh, if I'm thinking of
Hank is thinking of it like
you're thinking about the ones
for
from like
use.
Wrigley.
Yeah.
Wait, troughs that we use, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were thinking of just to have in
Oh,
our.
no, I want
Oh.
to install the Buffalo Bills troughs in our office.
Got it. Max was thinking when he hears
Got
troughs,
it.
he thinks like something that you eat out of.
Food.
Yeah.
Food. We can get you one of those, too.
I thought,
No
I mean,
problem,
no, it makes
dude.
sense.
not what
It,
I'm
it makes
saying.
sense.
Just a big bucket around your neck.
I thought you were just talking like
we ring a bell and Max comes
Memorabilia.
running on all fours. Yeah.
All right, so
I'm down 4.5 pounds, fuckface.
I went looking for it last night. I think they auctioned off the seats. So if anyone's listening to this and get me in touch with Steiner Auctions, tell me when these troughs are going to go
You
up.
think they're going on auction at all?
Yeah, I saw like someone be like they're selling the troughs.
That's incredible.
I want to buy a trough from the Buffalo Bills Stadium and I want to install it in this office. I think that would be a very cool feature to be like, hey, you're pissing in the same one that like some dude who's got like half his blood is buffalo sauce.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, for a second you were about to be like you're pissing the same trough that Josh Allen.
No,
did. But no, it's just like that all of Buffalo.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Close your eyes.
You know
You
what?
can imagine the guy. It's the same guy. He's got Zubas on.
You could potentially be pissing in the same trough that Rob Ford did cocaine out of.
That's true.
That's pretty cool.
That's true. Also, you have to imagine. Probably not. I was gonna say, do you think how many games do you think OJ went as like a fan after he retired? There could be a chance that OJ pissed in one of these troughs. Mm-hmm. Right?
Okay.
When did Highmark open though? Wasn't there a lot of bad teams there?
No, they actually. I was looking at their records, 1978 to 2025.
Oh.
Do you know they were 16-3 in the playoffs there? I mean, they obviously went to the Super Bowl a bunch in the 90s, but that's pretty damn good record. Also, 3 teams in the NFL never won a game there. The Packers were played 7 times, never won a game. The Cardinals never won a game there, and the Bucs never won a game there.
Okay, I'm looking this up right now.
A lot of games.
They are selling the troughs, collectible exchange.
Yeah, it hasn't gone live yet, right?
They're selling the lights on top of the stadium.
Yep. But I found that article. They said that they're going to roll it out. So I think the troughs are the next one. So I just need to get ahead of it because I really want to buy one. And I might even want to buy 2 or 3 because we got 3 bathrooms here. Let's just fucking trough it up.
This is honestly the best idea you've ever had. I'm
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
excited to piss into this trough.
Yeah. And just be like, we are pissing into history.
I was looking up when the Ursay collection is going to be put up for auction. This is a much better use of money than buying anything that Jim Irsay collected.
But I just need someone to help me. I can buy it. I just need someone to help me because I'm afraid that I'm going to miss it or do it wrong or whatever. So someone from Steiner who's putting these auctions, just let me know.
Here we go. It's Brandon Steiner.
Okay.
Here's a podcast segment for one. Brandon Steiner from Collectible Exchange.
Hit us up, bro.
Let us know when this goes on sale. We want to corner the market on troughs.
Yes. Okay. Let's go to the next game.
I'm going to be really pissed off if I can't buy the thing that got pissed on.
I'm going to be very upset. Very, very upset. Trevor Lawrence has been playing his fucking ass off.
Yeah,
man.
so like
Looking
for
at
the
these stats, 25 TDs, 3 interceptions when tied or trailing.
yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence, I think it actually happened on Jerry's big parlay day. I wouldn't hate taking a bet Trevor Lawrence to score a rushing touchdown.
What about both?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that too. He feels like every week he's scoring a touchdown.
I think both is a good bet in this. I can see Josh Allen doing
Definitely doing that.
at least one play where he presses all the buttons and hopes it works out.
Yeah.
Like when Josh gets desperate, that's when he's at his best sometimes, but at other times he does just like, some boneheaded stuff trying to make a play.
Yeah.
Again, like it's just, are you confident in the Jaguars for every reason, or are you thinking but Josh Allen?
But yeah, that's exactly how this comes down to. And I'm gonna give 2 the bad thoughts that we did with the last game. I'm gonna do two one bad thought, one good thought for Bills fans. One bad thought. Cam Little has been absolutely insane with the distance on his field goals. He has a 67-yarder this year. He has a 70-yarder in preseason.
Yep.
With the new kickoff rules, I'm just going to throw this out there. If this is a close game, and let's say that the Bills kick it off, they take the lead and they kick it off with 30 seconds left, and then the Jaguars only have to get 15 yards for Cam Little to get a field goal to win the game. That's a bad thought.
That's a very bad thought.
Here's a good thought. Josh Allen has played in 31 of 32 stadiums in the NFL. What is the one stadium he has not played in?
Levi's.
Levi's. It's written in the cards.
Think about that.
He's never played in Levi's Stadium where the Super Bowl is.
I think there might be something to these new footballs that makes them harder to kick. The ones, I don't know, are we using the same stupid footballs that have the USA design on them?
I don't know,
The
but
ones
Cam
that are
Little
like-
hit it with that.
Yeah, he curved it in. That
Yeah.
was a great kick.
Yeah. Okay. Afternoon. Eagles, 49ers, Max. How we feeling? Eagles are 4.5 point
Nope, just
favorites.
jumped a full point, which I'm trying to figure out why. 5.5.
Well, that's not a significant point.
I mean, it's still a full point.
I agree,
from
but
the start of
if it goes to 6, then I would be like, yeah. But 4.5 to 5.5. There's not many games that finish between 4.5.
I'm just saying, from the beginning of this recording until it was 4.5 to start this recording. Now it's 5.5.
I would imagine
And
is Trent Williams still not practiced? Is
Trent
Ricky
Williams and
Pearsall-
Ricky Pearsall are both still in doubt.
Yeah.
according to Ian Rappaport. That's what I gathered.
So 5.5 over under 44.5. I'm not just trying to gas you up, Max. I think the Eagles are going to win this game easily.
Max, what have I been telling you for the last week?
That I'm fat.
Besides that,
Besides that,
I don't know.
I told you some things that I said we shouldn't say on the air about the Eagles.
I don't remember.
Oh, well, I was telling you that I actually think that the Eagles are a very, very dangerous team. And and everyone's acting like they're dog shit because the offense looks bad sometimes. But I think that Lane Johnson coming back, which I believe he is, right?
Yes, he is. He's fully practicing.
I put the Eagles.
Actually, I don't know fully, but he is practicing.
I put the Eagles right up there with the Rams and with the Seahawks.
do you know who's also really bad? The 49ers defense. And they lost another. Do they have a linebacker?
No.
I think they're playing linebacker lists. Also, Max, Kyle Shanahan has faced Vic Fangio 4 times in their career. 11 points, 6 points, 15 points, 9 points. Those are the points that Kyle Shanahan has scored against Vic Fangio. In the most, the world is just maybe it's like the parody of itself, where we're living in a simulation. Did you guys see that Vic Fangio this year has started a new tradition, and it is giving out meatballs to the best defensive player of the week every week? And I just thought of Max the whole time. I read the article. It was very funny. Vic Fangio has a meatball recipe that has been passed down from his grandparents who came from Italy. He is so protective of it to the point that when he makes the meatballs at home, he will sometimes make his girlfriend turn her back when he's adding the secret ingredients.
I also just love the fact that Vic Fangio has a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's a girlfriend. He doesn't do any pomp and circumstance. The article said that every single week, Monday when they go through the tape, he gives the meatball player of the week. The only rule is it cannot be the guy who got the defensive game ball of the week, so it can't double up. And he basically has a brown bag of meatballs and spaghetti, and he just kind of puts it on their table. He says, "Here, your meatball player of the week."
I love it.
And that's Vic Fangio having fun with it. They're like, yeah, he's really opened up this year. He's giving meatballs away to
I would take the meatball over the game ball every single week, by the way.
That was the one thing I respected when this whole article that was talking about it. There are guys on the Eagles defense who have not won meatball of the week, and they have not tried the meatballs. So they're all being very like Scouts honor. You don't eat the meatballs unless you win the meatballs. So they interviewed
awesome.
guys and being like, what do the meatballs taste like? He's like, I don't know. I haven't won meatball guy of the week yet.
If you've won and one of your locker mates gets it, can you eat the meatballs since you've already tasted them?
No, I don't think so. I think they just eat I think it's just that guy that week. They're very strict about it.
I feel
But
like
it was funny because Cooper DeJean was like, yeah, he's kind of loosening up. He's giving us meatballs.
was there another coach that did this? This story seems very familiar to me.
I don't know.
Or is it brand new this year that Fangio's doing it?
Yes, it's brand new.
I think you may have been dreaming. I feel like this is a very unique thing.
No, I think we've talked about something like this at some point where
Well, it's also again like parody. Like if you did a Mad Libs for what would be the story that would come out that Max would love the most about his favorite football team? It'd be the defensive coordinator who's from the Philly area giving meatballs of the week.
It's pretty great, and the fact that he's got the recipe laminated, he's brought it with him wherever he goes. Yes. Like this is good stuff, Max. This is the kind of shit that will turn around what has been a downer season.
Yeah,
like there's some magic in this.
Yeah, there is the meatballs of the week. There is definitely some magic. I mean, this is a Super Bowl week. Vic Fangio sits the whole defense down. He's like, boys, we win this game. We're all getting meatballs.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Something like that.
So he actually, he showed the players a video of him making the meatballs in his house.
Yeah. It's so funny.
This is how I do it. This is how I do it, fellas.
Yeah.
Max, be confident, buddy. Be confident.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortably confident, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I should be more nervous about this game, but I'm kind of not that nervous.
With Lane coming back, and I assume that he is playing because Baldy put out a tweet saying that he's going to play.
He's going to play,
but then Baldy deleted the tweet because I'm pretty sure Lane Johnson was like, "Hey, don't put that out there." I think Lane Johnson, the amount of like cryptic emoji tweets that Lane Johnson's put out this year, he has to play. He's got to play this weekend. And no Trent Williams. If that actually holds up, then I think that defense.
I think Trent Williams is a big factor. Like if Trent Williams is playing and at like anywhere close to 100%, that would be.
If Trent Williams is not playing, I think we're looking at potentially multiple Meatball Player of the Week awards.
Yeah, the defense could eat if Trent Williams doesn't play.
Everybody eats. So with the 49ers injury history over the last couple seasons, there's been a lot of theories on what's going on with that. I found one guy online that might have cracked it.
Yep.
His name's Peter Cohen, and he is Sunlight is Life on X. This might be one of the fake Sun guys. Yep. That's like they replaced the Sun. He has a theory about the 49ers. The 49ers are statistically the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade. Since moving to Levi's Stadium in 2014, they're top 5 in adjusted games lost for 10 of 11 seasons. They have 7 to 8 full Achilles patellar ruptures. The league average is 2 to 3 per year. Mm-hmm. They have 40-plus major hamstring calf tears, high ankle syndesmosis injuries every single year. No other franchise comes close. None of the usual explanations, turf, scheme, bad luck, hold up. Only one variable is unique, and the players know it in their guts. In early 2024, retired guard John Feliciano let it slip. Players have joked around about there being an electrical substation right next to the practice field and how that has led to the Niners' injury problems. They do practice next to an electrical substation. This guy went to the practice field with a Gauss meter.
Okay.
Do you know what a Gauss meter is?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a real thing or not. He said he went there on a Monday, and he's got a video of him like hiding out with his Gauss meter. It read 8.5 plus milligauss at the far edge of the fields. Inside the facilities, it's potentially 10 to 25 milligauss, spiking higher when there's peak grid demand. The typical background exposure is 0.5 to 3 milligauss. So this guy is saying that the Niners are just getting bombarded with electric waves all day, which is fucking up their bodies.
Yes. I don't believe it, but I know that how professional athletes work. If enough of them believe it, they're going to just have to move the stadium.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna the minute it starts hurting them in free agency, they're gonna be fucked.
Like
is that why Fred Warner can climb the stadium?
True.
Yeah.
We went there. Remember we went there for training camp?
Yeah, I felt like
we got a lot of kidney stones after.
I've been very injured.
It was maybe 5 years after, but still we got a lot of kidney stones after.
Several ribs.
Peter King stole.
Did never pay me back for an In-N-Out burger.
A lot of bad stuff. Everything's gone downhill since then. COVID happened not too long after. Yeah, it's there's 0% chance it's true, but it might be true.
It might be true. It's something we should think about. I'll tell you this: if any Niners players are trying to combat this, I've got some crystal mats that I'm looking to get rid of for the cheap price of $1,500 a mat.
Barely used.
So that clearly would be something that would stop this.
Yep.
Barely used.
Barely used.
Emphasis on barely.
As barely used as possible.
Write the saddest story you can in 6 words. For sale, crystal mats. Barely used.
Yeah, Max, I think you guys are going to win this game. It's not a knock on the Niners. The Niners had a decent defense. I would think it would be a totally different, game, but they're so ravaged on defense. And Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall are massive.
Mm-hmm. I almost feel like, Max, you'll agree with this, that how bad the Niners looked last week, like that's got to scare you a little bit.
Oh yeah. Coming off a loss.
I am scared of how confident I am in this game.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles are also coming off a loss.
Well, this is backups.
I was told that doesn't matter.
Oh, I was told that it doesn't matter about the backups coming off a loss from you, but we're doing reverse psychology where it's actually good that your team lost.
Right. What?
So the backups lost.
Yes.
Which makes the offense, they don't get that good bounce back because they're embarrassed about what happened last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of my
the Niners do, which is why you're scared of the Niners.
Mm-hmm. Team is a team. Ball club. Ball club is a ball club, right, Hank?
Ball club is a ball club. One of my favorite themes that happens every January when the Eagles are in the playoffs is we just get stories of local bars denying service to opposing fans, except this actually should make you feel better, PFT, because you guys took over the Hard Rock.
Hard Rock, dude. We took that shit.
Took the shit. So there was a Niners fan who contacted Ladder 15, which is a bar in Philly, and said, hey, nice to meet you. Typical on a Friday night. It's the first night of the takeover weekend for Niners fans, so anywhere throughout the night we can have 100 to 200 people, give or take. With this being a big game, I'm thinking 150 to 200, and that's a rough estimate, emailing this bar asking for space. And the bar just replied, after very little consideration, we cannot in good conscience host anything that has to do with the 49ers. We're Birds fans till the end. We bleed green. We back our team even when it comes at a cost. Only reason I wish you luck is because the 49ers are going to need it. Enjoy your time in the city of brotherly love.
Perfect.
After very little consideration is great.
No notes.
No notes.
That 49ers fan made a mistake.
Yeah.
First of all, don't send an email. You just call.
Just take over the Hard Rock.
And second of all, you don't say like, hey, we're planning our takeover, our Philly takeover this weekend. Would it be okay if we came? No, you got to Trojan horse that shit. Mm-hmm. You got to say, hey, we're doing an Eagles party. And then they're like, sure. And then you go in and it's just all Niners fans. And what are they going to do? Kick you all out?
Yeah. In life, experience is the biggest teacher. I got that with my fortune cookie last night. And I think that applies to this game. And by fortune cookie, I mean that was Jalen Hurts' quote.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good quote.
Don't get mad. By the way,
Sounds good.
Pardon my cheesesteak, we figured out to do the fortune cookies for football season next year. We're gonna do football fortunes.
It's good.
It's gonna be awesome. Okay, any other thoughts, Max? You're gonna win this game.
I hope so. I feel good, but I hope so.
What's your one concern if you had one?
The offense.
Okay, that's fair.
But
I think that the Niners defense is so bad that it should be a game that you do well.
But I mean,
you won a game without completing a pass in the second half.
I know.
So,
but their offense is still. I don't know. If Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall both don't play, then I feel pretty good.
So you're rooting for injury?
I'm not. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts has never lost at home in the playoffs. You know what the average points per game is? Excuse me, let me rephrase that. The average winning points per game. How many points have they won
I would
by?
guess it's small, like 2.
No, winning by an average of 21 points per game.
In the playoffs?
Yeah, at home.
That can't be true.
Okay.
21. That can't be true. Where are you seeing this?
This was forwarded to me by Rico Bosco yesterday.
That's a pretty good source.
Yeah, so watch your mouth. Let's look up Eagles playoff games.
That is a pretty good source. It's a pretty good source.
Are you a Skell?
Sounds like you're a Skell.
I said that was a good source.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It sounded like a little facetious on the sourcing thing.
This is under Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts at home, playoffs. What was the number?
Jalen Hurts
by an average of 20.
Jalen Hurts is 5-0 straight up at home in the playoffs, winning by an average of 21 points per game.
Well, yeah, you have
there's the Commanders.
You have the Niners, the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
Wasn't that one like 20
that was a
points?
blowout?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giants was a blowout.
Giants was a
I'm
blowout.
more so, I guess I just remember.
And even the Rams you won by what, 8? Packers you won by, I think, double
Packers
digits.
was like 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you like to apologize?
Apologize.
Apologize.
I apologize
Thank you.
To who?
to Bosco.
Okay, thank you.
Well, although I did say he was a good source, so actually I don't apologize to Bosco. I apologize. To
Absolutely nobody?
Absolutely
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I should have known that. I apologize to the listener that I was surprised by that.
Apologize to yourself for fucking that up.
I apologize. No, because myself should be punished.
Yeah.
So I don't apologize to myself.
What was the reason why you doubted it? Was there one game specifically?
No, I just think of like.
Is it the Rams?
No, yeah, I just think that there's been some close games at home in the playoffs, but for some reason I wasn't thinking about the blowouts that have also happened at home.
And you're cool with Smelliot? You and Smelliot on good terms now?
You guys are boys again.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
I reserve the right to continue to call him Smelliot if he somehow
Smells.
loses a playoff game.
Fair. Okay, last game Sunday night. We'll do the Monday Night Football game on Sunday when we've watched all the first 5 games. Oh, PFT's got a Patriots hat on.
I was wondering why your hat was on backwards.
He's
this
not
whole
a
thing.
backwards hat
You're
guy.
not a bad. This
Sometimes-
whole time I was wondering that.
Sometimes you just gotta be a cool guy.
I thought you did an ad or something that you couldn't have your hat forward
Right.
and then just didn't turn it around. But now this makes sense.
I didn't even realize it. I was like, why is your hat back?
No, you just gotta be a cool guy sometimes. You
All
know?
right, Patriots minus 3.5, over unders 46.5.
I love this. The hat looks good.
Thank you.
Are you gonna be betting the Patriots?
I'm heavy on the Patriots.
Okay.
go.
Heavy on the Patriots. Doesn't matter. I might take the alternate line.
Okay.
I might move it all the way up to, I think, double digits. It's fair. 10-point win. Get to feeling good, right? Like we're back.
Yeah.
Where are you at with Shane right now?
Me and Shane are good. I mean, I'm just kind of ignoring him. He's being a little bit of a pest, but
Oh, what was he doing?
he's just annoying. Won't stop talking, chirping me, saying messed up things. But it's all loving the game.
Yeah, Hank, I walked
All is fair in battle.
I
Playoff
walked-
battles.
I walked past you the other day and you like physically assaulted Shane in front of me.
What do you mean?
You slammed your back into him.
That seems dramatic.
Shane-
Whose side are you on?
Shane, well, I don't want you to give us any bad juju for our Patriots.
I would never.
Listen, Hank, honestly, I've got something I've been meaning to tell you about this.
Okay.
It's sad how nervous and how like much mental and emotional energy you're putting into a wild card game. We're the fucking
I don't follow.
We're the fucking Patriots, dude.
Yeah, I agree. We haven't been back in a few years though. We gotta get it started. If we were really the Patriots, we'd have a bye.
I know. So,
like
what?
this.
Good
so,
point.
This
so
is
it's like
this is a failure of a season almost.
No, not quite. But it's like, yeah, I'm not used to being in the wild card because we usually have the bye. So it's like, yeah, we gotta focus up.
Yeah,
We're going up against a ball club.
And you know that the NFL,
You are going up against the ball club.
you know the league's going to try to fuck us too,
Yeah,
and you got to be worried about that.
this is a prime time off because the Patriots are 4-0 in primetime games this season. The Chargers are 5-0 in primetime games this season. Something's got to give. How are you feeling? I'm gonna bet the Chargers plus 3.5. I do think this is, if the Chargers can block for Justin Herbert, which the Patriots defensive line isn't like their number one elite skill group. It's Drake May in the offense, and the Chargers defense is good. I think this is a field goal game. I really do.
I'm kind of like Max. I feel a little bit uncomfortable with how comfortable I feel going into this game. Like I'm very confident, and PFT flipping his hat makes me even more confident.
Yeah, you're fucking right, dude. I don't know where any of the nervousness would be coming from because you wouldn't be going after Shane if you weren't a little bit nervous.
I'm not going after him at all.
Do you respect the Chargers?
Nah.
What about the Chargers defense? You know, the Chargers defense is the only defense in the NFL this year with more interceptions than pass TDs allowed. They had 19 interceptions and only 16 pass TDs allowed.
Their defense is really good, but I would rather be going up against, a great defense with a great offense than having to go up against a fantastic offense with a okay defense, if that makes sense. Like I think our great offense can offset any great defense.
But you have not. This is the hardest defense you will play this year.
Right, so it's going to be a good test.
Yeah.
I think it was.
But I think we still have the advantage defensively. And Justin Herbert in the playoffs.
When Belichick said that there's a chance that
There's nothing you can
Big
really say to
stupid
that.
pick guy.
Yeah.
Big
There's
stupid
not,
pick
I was
guy.
like going to retort it, but yeah, he's got to prove it. He's got to win one to prove it.
Belichick was saying that there's a good chance that the Chargers can just outball club us, that they can just physical.
Belichick?
Yeah, Belichick. He said if they can.
What do you mean us?
Patriots.
Where was he doing media?
Belichick. It was on Let's Go.
Oh,
Yeah. He said if they
you were
can,
listening to Let's Go?
He was on Let's Go,
Yeah.
That's the name of the podcast?
the
Yeah.
Brady podcast.
He was on Sirius, dude.
Wait, is this the one with Jim Gray?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's called Let's Go?
Yeah, it's called Let's Go. On Let's Go,
Okay.
he said that the Chargers can make it a tight game. They can get control of the game. They certainly have the defense. And if they have enough of a running game, I think they would certainly have a chance. He's got a lot of respect.
Hank, I'll give you a good stat. You want a good stat?
Do you not believe me that Belichick said that the Chargers could beat the Patriots?
I just didn't see Belichick on Let's Go. I feel like that would have crossed my desk.
See, this is what
You're not locked in.
you're not locked in.
You're not locked in. Hey, can I give you a good stat? Now we don't end all be all PFF rankings. We don't view that. But if the Chargers were to win this wild card game versus Patriots, it would be the worst offensive line to ever win a playoff game since tracking started in 2006.
That would be bad.
Now the second worst, the previous worst right now, the 2011 Giants.
That was a good team.
So
But they won a bunch of playoff games.
they won a bunch of playoff games.
They did. I like what Stephon Diggs said this week.
What do you say?
They asked him, like, what wrinkles do you have? Anything new? And he goes, you don't try to go and make new macaroni. We're not going in with a new macaroni. You're just going in with that same thought process, trying to tighten up a little bit as far as putting a little bit of extra time on your body or putting a little bit of extra time on film. The analogy came from somebody on Thanksgiving. They came to their family gathering and they made new mac and cheese. They said, don't trial and error on our day. So same recipe, don't change the mac and cheese, no new macaroni.
He went with a food analogy.
No new macaroni.
He went with a cooking food analogy.
He likes stirring the macaroni around.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think Patriots.
All right, wait.
7+.
Here's the quote. What's the quarterback situation with Herbert, broken hand and all? That's definitely been a factor. They've had some injuries on the offensive line. If the Chargers have to play from behind and pass block and try to protect and throw the ball 35, 40 times, I think they're going to be a lot of trouble. If they can play from ahead, get control of the game, make it a tight game, they certainly have the defense. And if they have enough of a running game, I think they would certainly have a chance. That was kind of a nothing.
And also,
He basically picked
it's
both
the
sides.
Let's Go show, but not with Brady.
He picked
It was
both
just
sides.
Jim Gray.
You think if Brady was on there, it would have been better?
It would have. I probably would. It would have been.
You would have seen it?
Made more waves. Yeah.
Saying Belichick has no juice anymore?
No, I like.
It kind of sounds like it.
I didn't see that
He
until
does
now.
a big interview with Jim
Yeah.
Gray on Let's Go, and you missed it
Why are you laughing at Let's Go?
because it's a ridiculous
No,
name for
I
a
wasn't
show.
talking to you. I was talking to Hank.
What do you mean? Let's go. That's his signature.
I
phrase.
understand it's a ridiculous name for a show.
Yeah, Tom Brady invented the saying, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, you would never.
What?
Let's go. Okay.
I say let's go.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't make the name of the show that
Why not?
because I think it's a ridiculous name for a show.
Do you think that there's one person out there that's listened to Part of My Take that thinks the name of the show is Let's Go because Big Cat says Let's Go?
I mean, let's be honest. If Big Cat was ever going to make a spin-off show, okay, let's go would be
that
probably
would not
top,
be the
top
name
of the list yeah.
ever.
Okay, let's go.
You
I like
don't
this
think,
fight. I like this fight
You
from
don't
Hank.
think you don't
That's
think
a good name.
But you don't think that saying like
Like
hey,
when
have
people
you
think of
listened-
Big Cat, they
but have
think,
you- no.
okay, let's go.
you don't think that they've
When they think of Tom Brady, they think, let's go.
you don't think that
You're two of the preeminent let's go people in the world. and
Let's
you're
go,
mocking
guys.
him.
Do you don't think that though saying go listen to Let's Go is confusing?
No.
Yes.
Let's go listen to Let's Go.
Yeah. That's like whatchamacallit, the candy bar.
It pops.
No, it's confusing.
Then why? I mean, it's been around for a long time.
There's a K-pop Demon Hunter song that has me confused too. That it's like I think it's like what is this song or something?
I put
confusing.
every amount of my faith in Belichick's words on Let's Go. And when he says that if the Chargers can get
He
a
said
lead,
both sides
if the
there,
Chargers
so-
can get a lead, then
He
they
did kind of pick both teams.
But it's so funny. He's like, yeah, if they get a lead against the Patriots, then they could win the game against the Patriots.
And if they
Okay.
don't,
Let's go.
let's go.
Let's go.
There it
Yeah.
is. It's actually Let's Rip. Remember I did that once? Mm-hmm. All right, so you feel confident.
Feel confident. Feel good.
Too confident.
Sunday night is annoying. I really wish we were playing Saturday. Just a long waiting all day for Sunday night.
Sorry.
I know.
That sucks.
I know.
I do think.
Oh, the K-pop song is What It Sounds Like. So when my daughter says, "Can you play What It Sounds Like?" I'm always like, "What?" And then I have to text my wife. She's like, "No, that's the name of the song.
Yeah.
That's similar to Let's Go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Listen to Let's Go."
You know the last.
It's okay to say the name is ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You won't admit the name is ridiculous.
No.
Okay.
Let's go.
What about Jim Gray?
What about him?
What about him as a
electric.
yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. That's
He's
all
talking about bolting up.
That's all I needed.
Hank,
Charge him if you got him.
when do you think the last time was that the Patriots won a game in the wild card round?
The last time the Patriots won a game in the wild card round, was it 2018?
Nope.
2000, not 13.
When was the last time they played in the wild? Well, they lost to the Titans, right?
I don't know, 2005, 3
2006. Last time they won a wild card game.
against the Chargers.
I don't have the game in front of me right now, but I mean, this is what I'm saying. This is why, like, we're the Patriots. We don't worry about wild card. It's
I know.
meaningless. We don't play in the wild card.
I know.
game.
Okay, I know.
Let's go.
Okay, I know.
Okay, I know would be a great name for Hank's podcast.
Okay,
just
I
him
know.
him complaining at people that are
No,
that are telling him things.
Hank's podcast is I can't even exist, and it's like people will find it thinking that it's a podcast for like to cure depression.
This
I
podcast,
Can exist the podcast.
Can't exist the podcast.
Episode 1, does it?
Yeah.
No.
People tune in to be like, this is going to fix my depression. I can't get out of bed. Can't exist the podcast.
this podcast doesn't exist would be awesome too.
Yeah.
Like people just try to find it.
Oh yeah. The unknown podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
0 episodes.
The unnamed show.
Yeah.
Unknown show.
The unknown. Okay.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ, you're gonna be so annoying. Let's do our picks, right? So we've decided we're gonna continue the picks through conference championship.
And the loser has to do 20 minutes of stand up. It's going to be.
never been done before.
It sounds crazy, but I think it could work.
If you're thinking, oh my God, a podcast bet where someone does 20 minutes of stand up, yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't think we should do that because I don't think it can work.
I don't think so.
I don't think it can work. The loser
Maybe
is
we can
going
do the show like inside a car of some sort.
Yeah. The loser's going to do, what did we say, 24 hours live stream?
36.
36-hour live stream, and the second place is going to do 18?
18.
Okay, 18. So the second place will be with them for 18 of the 36 hours. And they can figure out consecutive. They can figure out whatever they want to do. So we're going to go all the way through conference.
We'll figure out some like challenges and stuff. We'll do. Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Maybe you can get some time. We'll figure it out.
And we'll have the live stream on our YouTube. Reminder, Netflix on Monday. I did the reminder at the beginning of the show, but just another reminder. If you're listening to this and want to watch us, we'll be on Netflix. Let's do our picks. Who is starting first? I'll bring it to you by our good friends at DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one sportsbook for live betting, is making every snap, every drive, every moment of the NFL playoffs worth watching, with over $2.5 million in prizes up for grabs every Sunday during the playoffs. They're turning up the stakes for every DraftKings customers. Here's how simple it is. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and receive a promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on any NFL Sunday or any Sunday's playoff games, and you're automatically entered. That's it. And every live bet means another chance to win. Place a live bet and stack your entries all Sunday long. There'll be more than 75,000 winners every NFL playoff Sunday. Jump in, bet live, and let the entries roll for a shot at a share of over $2.5 million in prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE. Again, place a live bet of $1 or more on any Sunday's playoff game, and you're automatically entered. That's it. And every live bet means another chance to win. Place a live bet and stack your entries all Sunday long. There'll be more than 75,000 winners every NFL playoff Sunday. So go do it right now. Who's up first? We're giving out over $2.5 million in prizes. Hank.
Whoa.
Go for it.
Wow. And we're picking one same as usual.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the under in the first game, Rams-Panthers.
Okay.
I will be taking the over in the Bills Jaguars over 51.5.
Okay.
It's a fun one.
Max.
I'm going to take the under in Eagles Niners 44.5.
Okay.
I would like to take the over in the Steelers game.
Ooh. Okay.
Maybe 38.5.
Okay.
You look good, PFT.
I'd like to take our New England Patriots. Do your job. -3.5. No naps.
Let's go.
No new macaroni.
Hate us because they ain't us.
Stick with the chef.
Bolt down.
I'm gonna take the Bears +1.5. I'll double dip on this game. I'm gonna take the over 44.5 as well.
I'm going to take the over in Niners-Eagles, 44.5.
I would like to take the Eagles at -5.5.
I will be taking the Rams -10.5.
Jaguars +1.5.
Okay.
Blowout.
Hank, whoa.
Blowout Packers. I guess -1.5.
Yeah, -1.5.
I don't think I have a choice, right?
No, there's
what?
many games left.
All right.
And we take the Steelers.
No, you could take
Take it.
Yeah,
it.
no, I was going to take it.
Yeah,
You fucking
the way that you said that to like try.
Oh, my hands are tied here, guys.
I don't want to be an
I don't know
asshole.
what to do.
I was going to take it first.
I gotta take the
I was
Packers.
going to take it first. I was like, it's going to come back around. Exactly. I had no choice.
PFT, we got Steve Young,
Yeah.
and let's do an ad, and then we will get Steve Young, and then we'll finish with Fyre Fest of the week.
Yeah, before we get to Steve Young, recurring guest Steve Young, he's brought to you by Chevy, our great friends at Chevy. They have been the best sponsor to Part of My Take. They make great trucks. The Silverado is a beast of a truck. It's tough. It's gritty. It's the fullback of trucks. They sponsored the Low Man Trophy Award, and you should find yourself in a Chevy soon. Take it for a test drive. It's one ride that's always game ready. It's the Chevy Silverado. Longtime partner. From job site to tailgate, Silverado lets you show up strong, lets you tackle any task. It's built for the hustle, ready for the game. Silverado is America's most dependable full-size truck. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Better yet, head to Chevy.com, learn more, and build your own Chevy Silverado today. And now here's Steve Young.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest, recurring guest, our good friend Steve Young, on to talk some football. Great to see you. Excited to talk some ball with you. How are you doing overall? What's up with you these days?
Very, very, very. That's special. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I hope you guys get 3 berries. I don't get any of that at home. Trust me on that.
But how's
What's
everything
happening at
going?
home? Yeah. I mean, it's great. Yeah, no. I watched football today with the eye of somebody that, like most of us wish, like Philip Rivers, like, man, just let me play again, man. This is a good time to play football.
Yeah.
But at home, things are good. Kids, I got one left in high school and kids in college, and trying to get them launched, and a wife that sticks around. So it's awesome.
That's awesome. So, all right, so let's dive into the games. Let's start with this. What's the game that you're most excited to watch on Wild Card Weekend?
Well, I obviously, I'm invested with the 49ers. So, I mean, and being in Philly, there's a whole thing there. There's a recent drama and some cool stuff. But I think I want to watch mostly the Bills at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Because this, I feel for Josh Allen because he's, the last 5 years, and I said this maybe 2021, that the next 10 years, the Super Bowl is going to be dominated by Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. They're just going to trade out. And the next 10 years, you're going to see one of them win the Super Bowl. It ended up being all Patrick Mahomes. But the fact is, Josh is now looking at the playoffs and saying to himself, wait a second, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes. Like, let's go. But then all of a sudden, there's Bo Nix, and maybe Trevor Lawrence out of the, rehab center. And wait a second, I got to deal with all this stuff. And he really does. I think Jacksonville has proven what is now should be so obvious to people around the league, that if you don't have the innovative mind and process and play calling stacking of someone from the tree of Sean Payton, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, or Kyle Shanahan, then get out of the league. Like, get out.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah.
And you look what's happened in Jacksonville. Liam Cohen. Like, well, who's Liam Cohen? He's the fruit of the tree, right? And he gets it. He knows what he's doing. He's going to make the job easier for the quarterback, tougher for the defense, stack plays, series to series. And all of a sudden, it's like, who are these guys? And so I'm really fascinated by Bills at Jaguars.
So you mentioned Josh Allen. I have a question off of that because you obviously had your career path and, taking over for Joe Montana for the Niners, the old winning the Super Bowl, monkey off your back. But the years before that, when you guys weren't able to finish the deal, year after year, did you get, was there a point where you get to the playoffs when, 92, 93, and you're like, oh, man, here we go again. This is, not a crisis of confidence, but what's going through Josh Allen's head, do you think, going into this game?
He's actually lived it longer than I had to. We won Super Bowls in 88, 89.
Right.
Beat by the Giants in 90. 91 was an off year. 92, that was the 92 is the one that I throw up in my mouth when I think about it. It's just painful because we were all of that and the Cowboys weren't yet. And we got beat, and it was just sad. It was terrible. So that haunted me. But it wasn't. So the next year we got beat again. I think going to 94 probably very similar to how he's feeling. We have to. It's now.
Yeah.
And the Bills. Look, the Bills have not completely embraced what I just told you about what is obvious in the league and how you got to find somebody to run the offense and how you got to get the help around Josh to make sure that it happens. He's had to be Superman. He's responded, but at the biggest games of the year, that's not enough.
Yeah.
And so I pray for him that somehow it's a down year in the league generally, and there's not somebody that can take him down in the fourth quarter for 4 more weeks.
Yeah.
That's his. Because otherwise, let's say they get beat again, and now it's 5 years, 6 years running, and that's now the Bills have to ask themselves in a down year meaning that there's not a predominant team. There's not somebody you're totally scared to go see, even at home, Denver or Seattle. And even in those kind of years, we can't get it done. And what is wrong with us? Mm-hmm. And it just and then they have to ask themselves: is it the right head coach? Is it the right offensive scheme? Do we need more help? Do we need a better running game? Do we need an offensive line? Somehow we've got to have Josh Allen win championships because he's all of that. And if Josh Allen doesn't, that says more about the Bills. In my mind, it says more about the Bills than it does Josh Allen. People say, "Oh, Josh Allen's never won the Super Bowl." Trust me, Josh Allen's ready to go to the Super Bowl. He just needs the help that Patrick got, that others in history have gotten, that we've all gotten to get there.
Yeah, and the stats do show. And if you watch the games, he is a awesome player in the playoffs. He is the best player on the field usually in many of the games that he ends up losing. With the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence looks like a different guy. And I was joking earlier that it's like when he fell down against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football and he tripped over himself, fell down, picked it up, ran into the end zone. At that point, he stopped being scared of football. And he's like, okay, yeah, this is fun. I'm really good again. Obviously, it's a lot deeper than that. And you probably could tell us, when you're watching that offense, what are the Jaguars doing offensively that has made it easier for Trevor and allowed him to play the way that he can?
You have to go back to and bear with me for a minute as we build this case. When they changed the league was worried about someone dying on the field, right? And they wanted to make it safer. And so how they decided to make it safer was force defenders. They could not launch their bodies anymore. They had to bring their feet to the tackle. And that's a much slower game. Now, it's still amazing athletes. It's still incredibly competitive, but it changed the game so dramatically. But it wasn't so obvious to people. And the people who got it right away and saw that the game became slower. It opened up. How I would describe it is the Canadian football field. If you think about that size of field, that's what happened to the NFL. It got bigger because people couldn't move as fast. They couldn't cover as much ground. They couldn't patrol as much ground. So what happened? Innovative offensive minds said, oh, wow, we have more space. Let's start doing some more cool stuff, more college-like stuff we can get away with now. And how are we going to do it? How can we put more pressure on defenses, run similar schemes, but put instead of the slot receiver doing it, let's have the halfback do it. Let's get rid of the I formation. Let's get the jet sweep going. Let's think about all the innovations over the last 10 years that have come because the rule changed and innovative minds jumped into it in the space. Again, I'm getting to your Trevor Lawrence answer in a second, but you have to understand the buildup for how it happened. And so the teams that figured it out, the four I mentioned, and then as the coaches went out and spread, they recognized that you could, with the new rules of safety, create an environment where it's much more difficult for the defense to deal with people coming from all over the field and creating new spaces and areas for different combinations to take advantage of. And so we put the onus on the defense, the pressure on the defense. The rules have constantly gone against the defense, and so it's made it so much harder. And then we can solve our protection problems. I remember sitting with Kyle Shanahan the night before a 49er game recently, and he got famously, because of Bill Walsh did this for years, and now all those guys do that first 15 or first 20 the night before they go through the first 15 plays. You never really get through all 15 in a game time, but players go to sleep with what the coach is thinking about. So he goes through the plays, boom, 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 and I'm like, man, that's a cool play. Wow, that is just a screen, and then it's so much cool stuff going on. And then at the end, he's like, well, I walked up to him and I said, man, that's some great stuff, but you never mentioned blitz. Like, what do you do versus blitz? He goes, oh, no, it's fine. It's all fine. And I'm like, oh, like, that's like, sign me up.
Yeah.
How easy is that? So when you go to Liam Cohen, who's now smart, intuitive, innovative, he's got the power of all of that now, years of experience of being kind of downloaded, goes to Jacksonville and says to Trevor, you can be great because I can make it easier on you and tougher on defenses, and I know how to stack plays and series and connect and put people in positions to be, like, again, Tom Brady at Tampa, Monday night game, I'm covering it. I go down to see him. He's an old friend. Man, how's it going? He goes, Steve, it's awesome. I mean, the rule changes are amazing. I go, well, how would you describe me? He goes, look, the flats are always open. The middle of the field is unpatrolled, and no one can hit me. And I'm like, that's an amazing way to talk about the change, right? And so, Trevor Lawrence, to your original question, now that I built it up, what happened is Liam Cohen showed up with all of that and says to him, I can create an environment where you're not under the gun so much. You're not under pressure so much. You can start to expand your game. We can find out the full measure of who Trevor is. Who is Trevor? We don't even know because he's so abused in so many ways, right? And what do? We blame Trevor, right? It's Trevor's problem. Well, it's always partly the guys. You got to be accountable to it. You own it. But we recognize that in football and quarterbacking, it's much more complex than that. And so Trevor inherited now, and you talked about it when he picked up the fumble and ran in. There's a process that Trevor has to go through to realize, oh man, this works.
Yeah.
And I can lean in. I don't have to be so scared. I don't have to be so afraid of the next thing. What shoe's going to drop next? What mistake's going to cost me? What things at the end of the game I'm going to screw up? Like, it frees your mind. And then you get guys like Sam Darnold, and you get like Mac Jones, and you get Jimmy Garoppolo and San Francisco going to the Super Bowl. That's what happens. And so if you're any good, you're going to be the best you've ever been with a guy like that. And that's what Trevor's finding out. Sorry for the long answer, but
that was
really
great. No, it was a great answer. Yeah, it was a great answer.
You got to understand that. And if you don't understand that, then you guys got to chew on that, because then look around the league and who is still trying to do it old school? Who's still trying to, run first, line up in the eye, under center, play great. Like, it's all fundamentally sound and good. But the teams that are always behind, because offensively they have not accepted the truth. And it was fun to see East Coast. It's a West Coast system from Bill Walsh. It really is West Coast attitude, West Coast sharing of coaching trees and all that stuff. It comes from there. And so the East Coast teams historically are the last to get it. I hope the Giants get it. I hope that but Jacksonville, the new owner, goes, instead of talking to all the old school East Coast owners and going, who should I hire? Who should I he stopped that. He's like, what's really happening on the ground?
Yeah.
And now you get that thing now infiltrating everybody on the East Coast as well.
Well, we were just doing our preview, and we were noting that in the NFC, the oldest coach in the NFC playoffs this year is actually Matt LaFleur at 46 years old. That's how the league has kind of shifted. And we have
100%.
and we have that game, the Bears versus Packers. My question to you is, what is it like when you have to play a team in your division for the third time in a month and a half. Like, it's even less. I think it's 7 weeks. How does that work for a coach, for a game plan where it's like they know us, we know them? How do you like reconfigure or think of new things knowing that they know each other so well?
Again, it's old school, new school, right? The old school, when we used to signal the plays, you had to worry about it because you didn't realize that people were actually had a cottage industry of filming all the play, all the signals, and then collating them, and then being ready to do it real time in the game. When you signal something, then the opposing coach can now look at the library and go, "Oh, that's a play to Jerry Rice." Like that's what you used to worry about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Playing people 3 times, like, well, they know us so well, we signal play. So now you don't have any of that. So, and before I forget, by the way, yeah, it's a younger coach's game, but Andy Reid, 67, what does he do every week? Reinvents himself.
Yep.
Right? The same. You can stay old and do it, but you got to constantly reinvent yourself. Okay, so you're playing divisional somebody opponent 3 times. It happened a lot. I thought, to me, you get it's conflated for no reason. In other words, oh, they know that, they knew this, and you get so tied up in it that that becomes the thing, rather than freaking call the plays, run great plays. If they catch us because they saw it before, we'll come with this or that. You know what I mean? Rather than making it a thing, make it not a thing.
Yeah.
And I know how else to say it. Like we're going to go play great football and screw it. We're playing it for the 3rd time. The coaches can take that in and be a little more careful about what have we shown them on tape? What can we show them that's new? That kind of stuff. But to worry that, they've seen us a few times, how should we react? As a player, like the answer is always go play great football and figure out. Now, you don't turn it over, run the ball well, play action, looks cool, start putting 7 instead of 3, you're winning the game. And it doesn't matter. You play 5 times in a row. In my mind, as a player, you should not care.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you seen from Caleb this year? Because obviously Big Cat is a massive Bears fan, and he's seen a tremendous improvement. I've noticed a lot, like when he escapes sacks, he does a great job of avoiding those really negative plays. The arm, it looks like he's understanding like when to unleash that unreal arm of his and when to make some of those risky throws, getting better at it. Like with him and Trevor, obviously 2 quarterbacks took a big step forward this year. But what have you seen specifically from Caleb that has impressed you?
I saw Ben show up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's be honest. I mean, and yet Ben did not understand dynamic. He never coached a dual threat prototype 2026 quarterback. And so he had to learn too. So I think Caleb and he had early growing pains, but through those early growing pains, Big Cat, you could see it's like, hey, wait, this looks better.
Yeah.
This looks like somebody. And so that's that combination. That's that thing
Synergy.
Synergy. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's that symbiotic kind of stuff that where it all kind of starts working positively together, and then it speeds up and grows. And so Caleb could start to see success instead of last year's, like you could feel him grinding, pushing, trying to figure out when to go, when to stay, how do I develop, who's going to develop me. All of a sudden it starts to just happen organically. And then suddenly game to game, he's like, that was a big mistake I made last week. But now I'm in a situation with Ben where I'm not gonna make the same mistakes again. I'm actually gonna get better game to game. I'm not gonna just flail around.
Yeah.
And so when you get a guy that's heady, smart, and then what I love about Caleb is I felt bad for Justin Fields because he was so dynamic. He was Lamar Jackson dynamic. He was Michael Vick dynamic, right? He's that kind of talent. And when you have that kind of talent, it's super hard to figure out how to become a sophisticated passer because that's a very calm, kind of refined reading, anticipatory throwing. Yet, why would I wait around for that?
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And so I saw him try to do what Caleb was able to avoid, which was overreacting. I remember talking to Justin. He called me. He's like, how do I make this transition? No one knows how to do it. No one knows how to coach it. I'm like, trust me, man. You don't think they know how to coach it in 2023. Think about 1985, 7 or 890. Like, no, it's a hard thing for anyone to understand. I just beg you, you have to learn to be a sophisticated passer. And then I saw him over rotate towards it, where he just stood there trying to learn, trying to grow, getting sacked. You're like, I had to call him back, like, no, bro, you still got to go.
Yeah.
Like, it's in motion. And that's why I go back to Caleb. He's able to do it with somebody that could really support him. And each week he could test when to go, when to stay. How do I use this big arm I got? And I think it's fun to watch him grow up this season and what's possible for the Bears fans. Now, what I would ask you as a Bears fan, longtime Big Cat, is, okay, cool. It looks like for the next 10 years, we're going to be top 10 offense, but, well, we can't give up 42.
No, I know. That's
like all of a sudden, this is like, you guys have been begging for a quarterback, and now you got a coach and a quarterback, but we can't give up on what the roots of the city is. Right?
Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah, the defense, I think there's a few teams. I mean, the Niners are another one where it's like going into these playoffs, the defense is a major problem, and it does feel it's a scary proposition to go into an NFL playoffs with a defense you do not trust, because like, I'm a big believer, when I know it's cliche and old school, but running the football and stopping the run in January is something that every team's got to be able to do if they want to go to the Super Bowl. And the Bears can run the football. They can't really stop the run. Niners kind of similar. They can run the football. They can't really stop the run. And it's just like, there's going to be a moment in a game where you got to get off the field on third down, and can you trust your defense to do that?
And you can against the rank and file, middle of the pack, or lower pack regular season game. Like, yeah, and that's how you get 11 and 12 wins, right? But whenever you see the elite, you can't get away with it. Like Seattle and San Francisco last week.
Right.
You immediately saw the difference between the two teams. And Seattle had to kind of they had 6 scoring drives and got 13 points. I mean, they screwed it up royally. Boinked field goals, first and goal at the 1. But they ran them. And so that's what happens, is all of a sudden you get to the best. And Chicago and San Francisco, that's why we all kind of have our antenna up. Like, how is this going to work? And just pray that something transitions. I mean, even more so, San Francisco's got a new starting linebacker that just showed up, like, on campus.
Right.
Like you can't go to the playoff game and expect. Now, you can hope and come up with something really cool and have a game like the Seattle 49er game, where Seattle dupes around and then a fumble, and then all of a sudden you're in a ball game. Yeah, but otherwise it makes it super hard.
What about the other side of the ball? Because the Eagles, I think, are a fascinating team going into these playoffs, because their defense is really, really good. Their offense, it's a team that won the Super Bowl last year. They have guys on offense. They have Saquon, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, all these guys. But it's looked bad at points throughout the year, to put it lightly. It's looked really, really bad. Is there anything to be said for, like, hey, they know they've been there, they can kind of turn it on a little bit, and they can flip a switch, so to speak, and start to really do stuff differently when it comes to the playoffs? Or is it like, no, this is kind of what the offense is, and they're going to have to win games 17-14?
Well, I've seen them expand even this year, but the problem is they have a little bit more of an old school mentality, right? And in that old school mentality, especially last year, Saquon was all of that, right? And so then on Wednesday, when they get the game plan for the Super Bowl or the playoff game, what's the coach saying? Freaking Saquon, man, we've got to shut him down. We got to slow him down. And when you don't, and that's what you talk about for 5 days, and you don't do it, then in the game, what happens is a quarterback, the defense is now in tatters, right? The one thing that they got to do, they can't do. And now all of a sudden you play action, and now people are wide open, and AJ's wide open, and Devontae's running all over the place, and now you're just ripping them. And Jalen looks like all world. Like that's the Eagles at the high end. Now this year, for whatever reason, offensive line did great, some injuries, Saquon wasn't all that. It just didn't end up being that. And so as defenses, the predatory defense in the NFL shut them down, then now it empowered them, right? It's like, now you can't do the thing that you need to do. Now, go ahead, Jalen. Where's that sophisticated passing game? Let's see you come back from 10 down or 15, 17 down. And they bog down to where you actually at times during the season, like, whoa, this looks brutal.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you're talking about, big guy. That's what you're like, wait a second. Like, who are these guys?
Right.
And it's just pretty obvious that if Saquon does not have a really good playoff run, and that's Saquon, offensive line, play, all the stuff that goes with it, but we put the name out there. if he has a good playoff run, the Eagles are going to be freaking tough because
Yeah.
they're going to play good defense. They're not going to give up 30, right? Any weekend. And so it really comes down to, and then Jalen, if it doesn't work out, and now Jalen's got to go. And it's not, if Jalen was in Jacksonville right now, if Jalen was in San Francisco or LA or Kansas City, then you'd see a different Jalen. Right? They're asking him to do different things. But you can't ask him to do things and then all of a sudden go, hey, snap a finger, go save us.
Right. Right.
That's not going to work. And so it might work for a week, but it's not going to work 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I'm not picking on Jalen at all about that. That's all about what you're asked to do week to week.
Yeah, that's fair. In the AFC, I'm curious to know your thoughts on the Chargers and the Patriots game, because the Chargers somehow continue to be a good team despite all the injuries they've had, especially on the offensive line. They can't protect their quarterback. He gets banged up, but he's almost superhuman at times. They've got a great defense, and now they're going across the country playing the Patriots, one of the best teams or one of the best records in the NFL. How much stock do you put in the Patriots being, the favorite against the LA Chargers? How do you weigh what happened to them in the regular season with their schedule that they had, which was easier than most, versus what they accomplished against that schedule, which was pretty impressive?
That's why we held off thinking they were good, right? We're like, I'm not a buyer. I remember midseason, like, I'm not a buyer. This is just, but as it worked itself out, what happened week to week is the same buttoned up, over-prepared feeling you had Belichick Brady days, like where they showed up, had, instead of 3 iterations of what they wanted to do and then go into halftime and switch it, they would have 10 in the first half and 10 in the second half. Mm-hmm. And then they had a quarterback that was super efficient and got better and better, and then every little piece, and every crumb that fell on the ground they picked up, right? It wasn't like they started it felt, by the end of the season, I'm like, okay, I give in. But I still feel like, I don't know if I'm totally, I still got to watch some more. Like, is Drake really, is this where we are? That we've rebuilt this all in a year when it looked like they were going to flail for a decade? And I got to give the credit to coach. I got to give credit to the quarterback, and the whole system seems to be kind of rebuilt in the image, because they were buttoned up. They were buttoned up, they were buttoned up everywhere. And so I feel like all of a sudden you don't believe at your own peril. Now you go to the Chargers. It's kind of, I love Jim. He's a friend. He's an amazing coach. He is all that old school stuff, right? that the Chargers, if they're healthy, are going to win the line of scrimmage. They're going to run the football, and they're going to play great defense. That's how Michigan won the Super Bowl, the championship. Like, it's how he's done it for years and years and years. The San Francisco back in the, but they're hurt. Justin is all of that. He's one of my favorite players. I pray that he can the Chargers can become a system that can do what Liam did for Trevor, what Andy does for Patrick. Like you've heard my speech, mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying. And I just really need that for Justin, because he is all of that. He's as an art form guy. Look, if throwing the football was supposed to be artistic or beautiful, that is the Mona Lisa, this guy. He's the guy that as a fellow thrower, like when I watch him throw, I'm like, oh, like your heart beats fast. You're like, oh, that is beautiful. So let alone, not just an aside, I think he's a tough-minded, great football player that should be a Hall of Famer. And so he's got to get the help that's necessary. And I worry about that, and I worry about this weekend. So that's my bottom line.
Yeah. The Steelers on Monday night, Aaron Rodgers. We started this all talking about Phillip Rivers. Aaron Rodgers obviously doesn't have the athleticism that he once had. You could see it. I think there was that play on Sunday night.
Sidelines, you could see it just doesn't have the. He does, but he's still okay.
Yeah,
he's 70% of it, right?
Right. But it was that one play where he can easily take the corner here and get 5 yards, and he just kind of was like, no. I don't want to get killed here. So, but in terms of like playoff football and his ability to think the game, how much of that like is still such an asset where it's like, hey, he doesn't have the physical traits that are 100% Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago, but his mind is going to be able to figure out this Houston defense and get the ball out fast because he's done it so many times.
So the governor on that, like, let's be honest, the throws, I got to say it's 95% or more. Like, it's not that degraded. Like, his legs, we all saw it. But his arm, it's still it's in the mix.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see that same. So I don't think he has to be kind of careful about throwing the football. I think it's more that team is built, like I just said, how the Chargers are kind of built, how kind of like that's how the Steelers are built. And he has to now inherit that because he was at the Packers, that they were all of that early on with LaFleur. And like and you got to remember, again, the guys that learned before the rule changes, I call it the more sophisticated era, the Matthew Staffords, the Aaron Rodgers, who else is still around that was before that time? I mean, those are the guys that are abusing the system because remember what Tom Brady said, flats are always open, middle of field's unpatrolled, and no one can hit me. Like, let's go. And so he knows that. And I think if he was in Kansas City or San Francisco or like, I think it would be lights out. But he's in a place where it's a little bit more kept. And so it's a little bit more like thick. And I don't think it all works out as easily. But yet he's still showing it. And I think that makes them scary. It makes them, Aaron Rodgers to me makes them watch out because you get into it. And like in a playoff game, you play great defense, you run the football, you win the line of scrimmage, all that stuff that really does matter still. He's the kind of guy that can take advantage of it. So I just be super careful with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers.
Yeah, and the Steelers to me are just like, I don't think, if you said to me, are they better than the Texans? Probably not, like in their totality. But what they do is they kind of drag you into these Steeler games where it stays close. And then it's like, if you make one mistake, they will capitalize. And all of a sudden, they're lining up for a field goal to win the game. And you're like, how'd this happen?
And that's what happens in playoff football.
Right.
Is that things are tight. You're a new team to the playoff. I'm not saying the Texans are new, but like they're not playoff rich in history. And so it's all of a sudden they're a little overwrought. They're at the moment, it takes a little time to get started. Now it's the middle of the second quarter, and now you're down 6-0. You're like, how did that happen? And now it gets tight. You go to halftime, it's 10-6. Now it's a ball game.
Yeah.
Now how did we get here? And that's exactly what you're talking about. And that's what needs to happen in a number of games this week. 49ers going to Philadelphia needs to be similar, right? It's like, but to me, that's the Texans have. If the Steelers score 17 points, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, that's how good the Texans are defensively.
But in this environment, in this playoff thing, the whole thing I just told you, I don't know. I could get wild. Look at the last 3 minutes of that game with Lamar and Aaron.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the league's become. It's the NBA. Like, who's the closer? Do you have a closer? You got LeBron. You got Steph. You got, whoever else. And in that way, if you have that guy, the last couple of minutes, you can put up 21 points combined, which is what they did.
Yeah.
Lamar was, by the way, anyone wants to dig at Lamar, screw that. I'm done with it. Like, the dude is all, if he gets the help and he gets the time, he was clutch. That throw he made on fourth down, like, I don't know. I love Lamar, so it's anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What about the Rams game? Rams at the Panthers this week. Biggest spread of the weekend. Feels like people are pretty down on the Panthers, given that they kind of limped into the playoffs, backed their way in, but they did beat the Rams the last time they played. So there's that. It was Matt Stafford's worst game. Do the Panthers have a chance?
49ers early in the season stole a game from the Rams in a similar way, where the Rams have a way of hanging around. It kind of showed up a little bit the other day against the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just end this thing. You know what I mean? Don't mess around. And it feels like the Rams can, and Matthew can't. If Matthew gets in a turnover game, watch out. That's the kryptonite. But short of that, the Rams to me should win the Super Bowl. Like, they have it all. But defensively, I just don't think they've been as ferocious for the last 8 weeks. Like early in the season, they're like, no, that defense is legit. And now all of a sudden, not so much. So I think that's the big difference. And if they can win, if Carolina wins, big turnover game, and they hang around just like they did to beat them a month ago, it was just dumb. I mean, the Rams had to walk up the field like, what are we doing? And then, so it shouldn't happen, should not happen. If they're any good this season, the defense is going to show up and really dominate. Not show up. They show up, but are they going to dominate? They should run the table here. They're that good if they can put it all together.
All right, so sitting right here, right before the wild card weekend, who is your Super Bowl matchup?
I think I have. If I was just gun to my head, I crazy. I think I'd say Seattle, Denver. I think I'd go chalk. I being at home, I don't know. And defensively, both of those squads are showing up with a defense that is elite. And so that's what I'm not banking on Sam. I'm not banking on Bo. But I think it's a year that anything I say is not going to, something's going to go haywire.
Well,
there's going to be a shock. It's going to be a shock.
It's a perfect answer because I think we're all going into these playoffs more than I can ever remember, where it's like there is no team that feels like they are way better than everyone else. And there's no team that's just a guaranteed they're going to the Super Bowl. And any team, maybe if you want to say outside of a couple teams, but like 10 out of 14 teams, if you told me they were in the Super Bowl, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But then it would be perfect going into that and expecting chaos, being like, yeah, it was the one seeds. It was the teams that were consistently great all year.
Well, it's smart, too, because they're the teams that aren't playing this weekend.
Yes.
And any team could
survive.
Get eliminated this week. So, yeah, you're one step closer. Smart guy.
Yeah, you've advanced.
Oh, my God. But if you think about it, we talk about Philadelphia. And if all the pieces come together, yeah. And we talk about the Seattle. If Sam doesn't turn it over, yeah. And if, it's like, but nobody's like battle tested in a way and shown them like the Rams defense. Yeah. So there's just this stuff going on. And then you got the poor 49ers have been amazing getting to 12 wins with, they've had like unprecedented injuries. They're starting a middle linebacker that never played before. Like they've got such a hill to climb, but then yet this is a team that freaking shows up. And so you gonna count them out? No, you shouldn't, because that's how they roll. So I don't know. I agree with you. It's I'm gonna go chalk just because I get an extra week. Yeah, that's how I'll say it.
Yeah, that's smart. All right, Steve, I got one last question for you. It's a rowback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Rowback.com, promo code TAKE. This has been fun. We love having you on. Hopefully we see you in San Francisco. I assume you'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, but
I'll be plugging. I'll be repping girls flag football.
Oh, love it.
We got a big initiative going and trying to get more girls playing flag. So I'm sure I'll run into you.
I love that. So my last question is kind of a weird question, and I don't know if you have a answer that you can just think of right off the top of your head, but take out the Super Bowl as a starter. Is there one football memory that you find yourself daydreaming about more than any other, where you're just sitting out and your mind's wandering? It's 4:00 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and you're just like, oh yeah, that was sick.
It's funny, I think most guys, the first thought they have is like the throw up in the mouth thing I told you before, like the things you missed.
Yeah.
Like what if we just that if we had 40, if the touchdown against Jerry Rice, we didn't have holding, like what if like that kind of stuff happens. But it's on the plus side, on the kind of going through the glory days and what sticks in your mind. I think probably just tripping out of the center steps on my foot, I almost fall down, and then we throw it to Terrell Owens to win the game against the Packers in the playoffs. I think that's probably one that just I keep going. Even when I see the replay, I'm like, wait, what was I looking at?
Yeah.
How did that work? And then you see it slow mo, you're like, yeah, I guess he was open. Like it's just one of those plays that you kind of wonder and think about, like what it could have been so different. So yeah,
that's a good answer. I mean, that's an all-time play.
Yes,
yeah.
But it's a perfect mess, right? It's like it was actually like I ran the sidelines and I saw Steve Marucci and I'm like, he was open. Like, I didn't like, it wasn't a miracle. It was like, dude was open. We threw it to him. So,
Yeah.
I love it. Steve, I read that you're are you coaching the Pro Bowl?
coaching the Pro, well, I don't know what that means anymore, but we're coaching the Pro Bowl. We're playing in the Moscone Center, downtown San Francisco, flag game, I guess. And yeah, so it's me versus Jerry Rice.
Are you one of these new innovative coaches? Like, do you know how to put your quarterbacks?
We're gonna find out. I can talk a big game, that's for sure. Let's see if the guy's got game.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what that install meeting's like. I want to know how you install it,
You
how
see
you like
the
do
guys
the blitz
playing
pickup.
flag. You're like, we gotta be on. This is gonna be perfect. Relax, bro.
Yeah, can we call a play for you?
Yeah, send it in.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Well,
Well,
you text me. Text it. I want any play that you think could work in flag football with Justin Herbert or Josh Allen, whoever has ended up being the quarterback.
Yeah.
And you know, Matthew Stafford. Like we'll use it.
we've
We'll
innovated
call
the
it.
game.
You name it. We'll give you credit for it, and we'll call it, and we'll actually talk about it. Like, this is the boy at PMT. They
I love it.
We're gonna get together. Myself, Big Cat. We'll get maybe Che can get involved in
Yeah,
diagram
we
and
got
play,
it.
and John Gruden. We'll ask him for some feedback too. The four of us will design a play and we'll send it over to you.
If you ask Gruden, you're going to have 400 plays.
That's true.
Just so you know, me and John, I was backing up Joe. John was basically bringing the coffee to the coaches. That was his job. He was kind of the executive assistant, and so we used to study together. We used to commiserate together. We used to bitch and moan together. Like, I grew up with that guy. That guy is all of it. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get one.
You're right. If we ask him, he'll either give us 400 or he'll say like, just do Spider 2Y banana.
Yeah.
But we'll get you a play. We
We will get you
One
a
or
play.
two.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Name them. We got to name them. I want to,
Yeah, we got to come up with a name for it. We'll come up with a name.
We're gonna get you a play. We're gonna score. We're gonna win.
That's probably the easier part. Us coming up with a name for the play instead of actually creating a winning play. So we can cover that part.
You know what? I think what you should do, I might put it out there. Like, hey, I'm coaching the Pro Bowl. Send in your plays and names of the play, and we'll pick the best one. That might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, crowdsource it.
Yeah.
I think the big cat's coming in, right? Like, that's what's going to be called.
Yeah. I like that.
We're gonna put together a guguaranteed success play.
Yeah. Do you have fullbacks in? We're gonna use a fullback in flag football.
I suspect you're not going to get the. Remember, I think it's 7-on-7, so it's not like you got the full.
Yeah.
And it's got to. Hey, look, the ball's got to come out. By the way, you can't. You're not going to be able to survey the field.
No, it's gonna be an HB dive with a fullback.
I kind of like. I mean, you're coaching the AFC or the NFC?
I'm going to coach the AFC.
So probably Ricard, I would imagine,
Yeah,
would
we
be the
get some
fullback.
fullbacks out there.
Yeah.
And then also, who else can throw it? What reverse throw can we get going?
Oh, true.
That's the first thing I got to figure out, who can throw.
Or
Yeah.
what about an endless line of reverses? So instead of just running like a jet sweep with a reverse, you do 4 reverses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep
Keep
reversing.
I'll run it. You
Okay.
send it, I'll run it.
All right.
We're on it. Steve Young is brought to you by our great friends at Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea is the best drink in the world to get your party started, to get your night started, to have during the day. People drink them in the summer. They drink them in the winter. I love drinking an ice cold Twisted Tea on a cold day. You get up next to a fire maybe, go indoors, take your jacket off. Ice cold Twisted Tea. They don't fill you up. You can drink a million of them. If you're hanging out at a friend's house or watching the game at the stadium or in the gambling cave, where we'll be watching some of these wild card games, Twisted Tea is there. It's going to help you turn your day up a notch and make a good time a great time. I plan on having some Twisted Teas on the stream on Saturday. If I'm not drinking Twisted Tea, remind me, PF Twisted Tea is what I'm going to be on Saturday. Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today.
Okay, Fyre Fest of the week to wrap us up. Henry,
Danny,
what up, dude?
what up, doe? Just chilling.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. I mean, this was last Friday. I had a midlife crisis, kind of, which I've talked about doing on the show. But I was doing a little,
Wait.
winter cleaning. Timeout.
You're only gonna live to 64.
No, but I just was like, this feels like a sign of a major midlife crisis. I had to text Feidelberg. I was like, is this insane? What I'm
cleaning?
about to do? I got rid of 90% of my clothes.
Dude.
I started. I was like, no matter if I get rid of 10 things, it's not going to do any damage. So I took everything out of my closet and I put it in my living room. I took everything in all my drawers, all my closet, put it in my living room. So I was like, I have to deal with this. And then as I was going through it, I was like, I'm getting rid of it all.
And
I was like, this might be crazy.
I'm so jealous of you right now, and I've been contemplating this because I'm doing there's like a little construction going on in my house. I'm redoing like my bathroom and closet, and so I had to like compile all my clothes, and I saw them all, and I was like, I don't wear any of this shit.
So I'm actually doing that Friday night, Saturday. I'm doing the
How
exact
good did it
took
feel?
2 full days.
How good did it
felt
feel?
great. It just with the moment of like, I was doing the like Marie Kondo, like if whatever brings you joy, get rid of it, or don't. If it doesn't bring you joy, just get rid of it. And I was just like one after another. And even though there was clothes, I was like, oh, this is a nice shirt. I've worn it twice in 2 years. See ya. And I was like, what if I just do everything?
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to do literally everything.
I did like 90%. I kept some stuff, but I got rid of so much stuff.
I did this recently as well. It's good for you because your body doesn't fluctuate, but there was a lot of things that
Yeah, I'm a little nervous
you'll find
about that.
because it's like this doesn't this doesn't fit great right now. But if I lose 20 pounds, like it's perfect.
Oh, if you
so
don't-
there's a
you don't
lot
wanna
of
get
that
rid
in
of
my
it.
wardrobe right now.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
closet is littered with XL and double XL, and it's just like back and forth. And I'm like, I'll get back to that XL.
Yeah, I've got like dress shirts that I haven't worn in probably like 10 years that are hanging up in my closet. I'm like, I might need them for a special occasion, but I don't.
wanna
I
do
don't
it.
need them. I'm gonna get rid of them. I'm guessing. How many bags did you have?
7, I think.
I think I'm gonna take I think it's gonna be 10.
How big are the
15?
See, this is what makes me nervous, Hank, because I did. So when I was cleaning up my closet because I was doing the construction, I moved all my clothes across the hall, and I got rid of some. I had like 10 bags then, and I still have so many clothes I do not want.
And maybe the worst part is I'm going to do this during jumpsuit January, as I've got a fresh new set, like probably 7 or 8 jumpsuits coming to my house. And so I'm going to get rid of my stuff, and then I'm going to fill all that space in immediately with new jumpsuits.
Yeah, jumpsuit January. By the way, I have some jumpsuits. I think we all kind of do the same thing where it's like we're in and out of jumpsuits. It's nice. Especially when we're watching games. I was given pretty clear order from the head of my household that we're not doing jumpsuit January in my house. So she was like, if you get jumpsuits, you can keep them in your office. But she's like, every January you end up with like 20 jumpsuits and they're just around and you don't get rid of them. I was like, that's a very fair point. As like 15 new jumpsuits that were all $15 on Amazon showed up. And they're all so shitty.
That's kind of why I love it. I love the comfort. But yeah, every now and again as a treat, I'll put on a pair of pants with a button.
Yeah, I'm
during
wearing
jumpsuit
jeans
January.
today. I'll probably go back to jumpsuit tomorrow. I'll probably wear jumpsuits Sunday when we're streaming. Monday, it's like a in and out. And also, I look really fat in jumpsuits. That's a mini Fyre Fest for me. You took that picture of me sitting when we all just kind of sit outside of our studio. We have a few seats now. We all just kind of hang out when we're not recording, which is a little pathetic when you think about how much time we spend together. And then we're like, hey, what should we do with our free time?
it's
Spend more
nice.
time
It's
together.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. But Hank just took a picture of me looking like a fat mafia boss ready to just go to jail.
Well, Hank's a
I
jerk.
felt bad. It was similar to.
Oh, you felt so bad that you posted on Lefty Lockwood and then also on your main
Well, I
account.
posted. Yeah, that was. I did that right away.
He's a jerk.
That's how bad.
Similar
you felt.
to when I took the picture of myself a couple weeks ago. I didn't look back at like my messages or mentions or whatever for a few hours. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do you dirty. It's just
It's
you're,
all right.
you're holding the lefty club.
What are you
Lefty
gonna
cat.
do? What are you gonna do? Yeah, you felt so bad you reposted to Maine.
Well, yeah, it was good content.
Hank, what's the one item that you gotten rid of that's like a time capsule for you? Where you're like, oh shit, I forgot all about this t-shirt.
There was a lot. There was a lot of stuff that was like that. I've had that since pre-COVID.
Those are the toughest
And it was
ones.
like, but that's a quality sweatshirt. It's a quality shirt. I like it, but
Like I have like Barstool shirts we made like the Blackhawks run, which is now over a decade old, and it's just like you're not going to wear this again, but you also don't want to get rid of it. But also, what are you doing? Just holding on to it forever.
I've got a Rex Ryan, Rob Ryan riding the tandem bike football guy shirt that you can't even barely see it anymore, but I'm going to give it away. Going to donate it. You'll see somebody
was such
walking
a good
around.
shirt.
You're going to see somebody walking around Chicago in like 6 months rocking the Ryan brothers.
yeah, I thought about like doing like a giveaway thing, but I was like, it's closed. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I should do that for hats. I probably have 400 hats.
That's the next phase.
Oh, that's tough.
I already
hats are
have
sentimental.
hats and shoes are where I'm like I'm a hoarder because I can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
but I have way too many.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Also, can I maybe propose to you, which I do every couple of years? I'm due for one. I called a total sock overhaul. Where I get rid of all my socks and then I buy all the exact same brand socks, so I never have to worry about like, oh, I have one. It's just the same exact white socks for everything.
Just did it, and might I add, it's awesome. No free ads, but our sock guys hooked it up.
Love it.
Yeah,
Campo.
Yeah, love those guys.
Okay, PFT, your Fyre Fest?
My Fyre Fest is Hank is Delulu.
Oh.
Hank's accusing me of doing weird stuff. He's like fighting wars against Shane. I don't understand. I'm concerned about Hank's mental health. I think he's schizophrenic now. And you just started attacking me and blaming me for stuff
Attacking is wild.
I had absolutely nothing to do with.
Define attack.
Attack. Well, you accuse me of...
that would be accused, so that's a different adjective.
Well, no, they can be synonyms sometimes.
Okay.
Do you know what that word means?
Yep.
Okay. What does it mean?
Similar.
Okay. Yep. So Hank accused me of telling Shane to make a post about him taking a nap today, which I absolutely did not do.
Hank, did you nap today?
No.
Was there a picture of you napping today?
There was.
There was, but my hair, like, thankfully I have blonde hair now, and the hair in the picture was very brown.
Okay.
Ever heard of filters? You're a big Instagram guy.
Yeah, you are a big Instagram guy.
That's not how they work, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hank has been accusing me of like working behind the scenes at some puppeteer, trying to make him look bad. Which I did not go up to Shane and be like, "Hey, Shane, I got this great idea for a post. Here's how you can get Hank." Like, I don't know. I think Shane is so far in your head that he's driving you insane.
I just like you're making me hate Shane when it's like I know it's you. Like Shane's been nice this whole time. And he hasn't.
How do you know it's him?
Because I was sitting at my seat again. PFT was sitting on his phone playing Flight Simulator behind our desk while we were working all day. And
none of that sentence was true.
I left.
0 words in that sentence were true.
You were sitting on the chair like this, like your head was on the seat where your butt is, and you had your phone flipped vertically, which I'm assuming or horizontally, which I'm assuming is when you're playing Flight Simulator. Fact or fiction?
That's not a flight simulator. It's a fully integrated flight game.
Got it. Anyway, so then I walked away, but PFT was right there. And then, I don't know, 10 minutes later, Shane tweeted this picture, which I'm pretty sure was a video PFT took. So obviously I went to infer that the picture that Shane got was from PFT.
Wait, so what is this video? I still don't know what the video is.
It was a video you took when I was sleeping at some point in the studio.
And was it posted online?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, it could have been from the JJ Spawn U.S. Open when you fell asleep then.
It wasn't.
Okay.
That was in a different place.
How did Shane get the picture?
Yeah, I don't know. So you think that I walked in here like 6 months ago, took a video of you sleeping, saved it on my phone, and then went up to Shane and said, I've got a great idea.
Memes what?
Yeah. I know nothing, but PFT was telling the truth until he started telling a lie.
What?
It's not a flight simulator he's playing?
So you don't know nothing?
I have a flight simulator at my house. It's impossible to do a flight simulator on your phone. You don't have to
where did the lie
stick.
start?
You have no throttle.
The lie started when he said the JJ Spawn thing.
Oh.
What?
You know.
I do know what video it's from. I do. It's a video that's online.
Got it.
Very public video that Shane for sure would have thought to go find and get.
Wait, whoa, Max. Wait a second.
I wasn't here.
You're lying.
For the record, I wasn't there.
You're lying.
I thought it was real.
So that's where the truth comes in.
That is not at all what happened. I did not go up to Shane and be like, hey, look at this video that I have of Hank sleeping. You should post this.
Truth.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, memes.
I don't know what the truth is.
I believe my name's been cleared.
Okay.
100%?
100%.
I don't know. Hank doesn't believe. Hank's delusional. He thinks that everybody's out to get him.
Delulu.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just not taking out. I'm not going to blame Shane for his, delinquent father's actions. He's still a good kid. He's raised in a bad household.
I thought Shane was rent free in your head. I think I'm now rent free in your head.
It's
like I'm the boogeyman. I'm the boogeyman to you.
No, you're not. I know Shane. I know Shane would never do that on his own actions, which Max also made the same observation.
It surprised me too.
you retweeted it instantly.
I did,
almost
because
as if you guys were
I
in
also
cahoots.
retweeted because I
Yeah.
thought it was real.
Yeah, we all retweet it because it's very funny.
Can I speak
didn't
in the
retweet
trust
it 'cause
tree?
I didn't see it till later.
Yeah.
I will.
There was
retweet
one
it.
person who brought it to my attention.
Should I retweet it right now? 'Cause I
PFT
actually
is the
didn't
one who brought it to my attention,
That's-
and that's when I
100% true.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
But I was excited. I thought it was real. I was like, "Oh, this is so bad for the Pats.
I was excited when I saw it
Good
too.
for Shane." And I was excited to see Shane like throwing a couple jabs. It was good.
Yeah. If Shane had done that on his own volition, it would have been impressive. But
So,
anyway,
so Hank, in your head, I went up to Shane and I was like, "Hey,
you might not have went up. You might have been like hunched over at your seat, looking at your flight simulator, and yelled like, "Hey, Shane, tweet a picture of Hank sleeping." He's like, "I don't know where to
I don't
find
think he's
that." And you're like,
specific-
"Oh, look at this. I'll send it to you."
Okay, I've retweeted
that's
it now.
not at all what happened."
Sorry, I hadn't retweeted. I couldn't find Shane's Twitter account.
Rude.
Well, I searched his name and it didn't pop up. X, the everything app.
It's all happening on that.
Hey,
You can't search things.
Hank's living in a fantasy world right now. I'm the boogeyman in it.
If he's living in a fantasy world, could you say he's maybe even napping right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dreaming.
Yeah.
For the record, no naps have been taken since no naps have been instituted.
So that
But there is a picture of you napping today.
No.
There's a picture of you napping that's been posted today.
Sure.
Okay. We rest our case.
but it's not current, and you're positive about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so from what I know, a Chargers fan was going around the office asking for a picture of a guy sleeping.
Okay.
Oh, so it was Shane's idea.
Wow.
It was a Chargers fan.
And then did PFT say, I got one for you?
Well, he asked me. I didn't have one.
Yeah.
And then he asked someone else.
And then he had one.
I believe so.
Memes is a snitch.
But I think PFT has been exonerated in the fact that it wasn't his idea.
Not at all.
Right.
No, well, my accusation was you sent Shane the picture, which sounds like I was
That's
hit
not
the
no
nail
no
on the
No,
head.
you told it. You
not
said
your.
that he
Yep, I've got it all on the glasses, buddy. I was recording you on the glasses when you were making these
Gotcha.
accusations.
he was.
Yeah.
He was recording all of it.
Cool.
Yep. Would you like to apologize?
No.
For your accusation, your attack?
Absolutely not.
All right, I'm proud of Shane. I'm happy that
Yeah,
Shane
good
trying to
for Shane.
get in the mud a little bit.
Yeah.
The fact that he thought of that all by himself. Good job, Shane. Okay, my Fyre Fest simple one. I said I've talked about it. I'm trying to get on TRT, but I'm only going to do it if I need it. So I had to do a blood test today, and part of the blood test was I had to fast for 12 hours, and I ain't about that life. I'm a bitch. I was so hungry.
You knew that 8 to 8, right?
Yeah, 8 to 8.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was so fucking hungry.
No dessert.
I was so fucking hungry.
Yeah, that's really just a no dessert fast.
Yeah, no dessert, no breakfast. And I was just like, this is the worst thing ever. So I realized I was such a bitch because they were just like, I walked in, they're like, have you been fasting? I was like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm about to die.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was essentially just, I didn't eat for 2 hours before I went to sleep, and then I didn't eat for the hour that I was awake.
But you could drink coffee, right?
Yeah.
During
Oh,
fast?
yeah. I drink
Yeah.
coffee and water.
Yep.
Yeah. But man, I'll tell you right now.
Once you've known hunger like that, you
Anyone
never
who
wanna
tries
go
to
back.
tell you that fasting is the way to go, it ain't. It ain't the way to go. You need something. Zach,
My Fyre Fest this week is just I've been
you're sick?
not sick.
You're going to get us all sick?
No, I'm just congested on that front. I'm not like I don't feel bad at all. I just have a lot of congestion going on.
Okay. That would be sick.
I swear not sick. But super quick Fyre Fest is just that I'm twice this week I've been on the receiving end of other people scamming corporations and their scams have been shipped to me.
What?
So I made an adult move the other day. I was like, I'm gonna get a vacuum. This is a big purchase.
That's a
This is
big
gonna be
adult move.
Big for the apartment. We're done
Midlife
sweeping.
crisis. Yeah.
Yes, I do a lot of searching on like best vacuums. A lot of appliance reviewers out there say this is the one. I order it. Shows up used vacuum, thoroughly used vacuum from Amazon. I let them know, hey, you sent me a used vacuum. They're like, no, this couldn't have happened. Did you use the vacuum? So I'm in a dispute on the vacuum, and then I thought that was over, and then I ordered some shoes the other day. They showed up very used shoes in the box.
The vacuum scam actually sounds brilliant to me.
Yeah, it
it's like
does.
you send somebody a used vacuum, and then they're like, "Hey, this is a used vacuum," and they're like, "Well, let's see a picture." You clearly used that.
But we're talking like Amazon, like Bezos. We're talking $1 billion company. They're not trying to get over on one vacuum. So I think I've been.
How do you think he got $1 billion? Not by
No,
not
there's
by
no
selling
way.
new vacuums. Yeah.
So yeah, just I might have to be a retail only, in person only shopper because now I got a used vacuum and a used pair of sneakers.
Yeah, it's hard because it is probably smarter to just go retail, but it's so easy to just buy shit online.
You just double click on the phone and it shows up.
So you got no vacuum?
I have someone else's vacuum in my apartment now. The review team is looking at that to see if they'll replace the vacuum, and then Dick Sporting Goods basically told me, "Hey, you wore those shoes," and no, I didn't. So
How could you tell they were used?
I could show you the photo, but there's a clear just footprints in both of them.
Yeah.
Like, yes, completely worn, and maybe without socks.
You got to get DNA testing done on the contents of that vacuum, like the inside
Do you
of
think it's one of those situations where like someone went to the store and tried them on, and they're like, these aren't for me?
Could be.
I'm just asking questions.
You seem like more of a you seem like more of a Roomba guy anyway. Let's get you a Roomba.
I thought about that, but I've got a lot of piles of clothes on the floor, so the Roomba wouldn't be able to map.
To be fair, these look like they look like worn shoes.
Oh, no.
There's toes. You can
So
see
you
toes.
just got fake shoes sent to you. Or shoes you didn't buy sent to you.
No, I purchased new shoes online,
and you got the
I
fake
received
shoes.
the same shoes, just aggressively worn.
Yeah.
Roomba would be cool, but I don't have I got a lot of sorted laundry that has to go through the machine at all times.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that to a Roomba.
They'll turn on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They weren't just footprints; they were dirty footprints.
Yeah, I think that if you ordered from Dick's online, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, if you do that, they shouldn't send you like a floor model. It's not like it goes to a store and they're like, "Let me go get the one that's out on the floor."
That was my first thought. Was like maybe was a display and they grabbed it and it was just wear and tear from that. No,
Yeah.
both shoes fully printed. Like someone shared many memories in these sneakers.
Do you
and
like
it wasn't
that?
me.
Do you like that store? What store?
Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yeah, do you like it?
They got some gear.
Okay. Give it a look. It was a mistake.
My bad, Dick's. I know you didn't really mean it.
Just say I like it.
I like Dick's Sporting Goods, the sporting goods store.
Almost.
One time I bought a pair of shoes online, and they just gave me two right ones.
That's confusing.
They did.
Were these orthopedic shoes or prescription?
Have you ever seen me wear prescription shoes?
I don't know.
I mean, you see me every day. Have you ever seen me wear prescription shoes?
No.
Actually, they were from Kith. That was the first and only time I've ever bought something from Kith.
Yeah, you're
Two
not a
right
Kith
feet.
guy.
No.
We're not Kith
No.
guys. I went into Kith once in Super Bowl week in LA, and I just got the ice cream.
Well, that's I mean, that's why I got the shoes because I know designer clothing is just not for me.
No,
That's
not for
me.
us. Not for
Is that
us.
even that's designer, right?
By the way, booth update. How many pounds are we down? I'm with the booth. We're trying to lose. We're trying to
Great
lose
week.
60 pounds by the start of March Madness as a collective 4. So memes, Max, Zach.
One of the
myself.
members may have had the flu this.
That
past
doesn't matter.
week.
Just say the number.
Yeah.
We're down 19. and a half.
19. We're down 19.
19.
And
That was
now-
just from 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach is starting this week,
Maybe because memes had the flu, but it doesn't matter.
but it doesn't matter. Still 19
That's
pounds.
still
Yeah,
19 pounds.
nothing left. My
We're a
body.
third of the way there.
And all three of us lost weight this week.
Yep.
Wait, what do you mean nothing left your body?
Like,
when
no
you had the-
projectile. Some people.
Yeah.
You just didn't have an appetite.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ate some tricks.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Some
Okay.
Wendy's.
Good
Zach, you
show,
like Wendy's?
boys. Another reminder, Netflix on Monday. If you're listening to this, nothing has changed whatsoever. Let's do numbers.
3.
100.
40.
98.
27.
99. Hood.
66.
39.
8.
65. 65.
65.
Shane, any last words?
Any last words, Shane?
Pump up speech?
Bolt up.
There it is.
Shane.
Love it.
Way to
Shane.
go.
How about a pump up speech, Shane?
I'm not an impromptu speech guy.
No, just let it
All right,
rip.
you got
Write
it.
it. Give
From
PFT
the
like
heart.
5 minutes. I'll write it for you.
What did Hank say?
Nothing. Go ahead. Pump up speech. Go.
Final speech before the playoff game. 3, 2, 1.
I'm not an impromptu speech guy. I don't know.
You got this. You got this.
You got this.
Hank and a lot of other Patriots fans around here are acting pretty confident. I think they're underestimating the Chargers. I think we're gonna go in. I think the defense is gonna shut Drake May down. I think we're gonna surprise some people this weekend. Mm-hmm. Let's fucking bolt up.
Bolt up, baby.
That was good, Shane.
Bolt
That was
up.
really
You're gonna
good.
cry.
That was really
That
good.
was really good.
What was that?
You sound like you're gonna cry, but good speech.
Bolt up.
What?
Don't let him get to you.
Don't
Bolt
let him
up.
get
Just
to
say
you.
bolt
Say
up.
it. Say what you want.
It's bolted up, but like Hank and some other Patriots fans are just like, they're like the kids growing up. They're
bullies.
They were never told no growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're so entitled to championships. They're so entitled to this and that. Like,
We earned championships. We earned that entitlement.
you didn't earn nothing.
Shane, what's your favorite baseball
I
team?
went to jail.
You didn't
That's right.
earn nothing.
Yeah. I mean, where were you the last 2 years, you know?
I was
When they're
here.
down in the
I was on
dumps.
this couch.
Yeah, not watching the Patriots.
That's not true.
Oh,
Been here every Sunday.
Yeah.
Documented.
got him.
Not always awake, but here every
Participation
Sunday.
trophy.
What does that mean?
Bolt up.
Where? You
You just got bolt
How
up.
have the last 2 years been for you guys in the
He
playoffs?
just keeps
Shane?
ending it with bolt up.
Playoffs were
Yeah, well-
0-1. What are you?
Oh no,
Yeah, what are you in
same amount of wins.
top 5 picks? 2-0.
Hit him with the bolt up.
Yeah. Bolt up.
Oh, you just got bolt up.
I'm ready.
Let's go to war.
All right.
I like it.
See you everyone Monday.
Love you guys. Happy birthday to Dave Matthews and Jimmy Page
Let's go.
and Princess Kate. Happy birthday. Love you guys.